We are live. Once again, NFL. Week 8 and Week 7 recap. Pretty good week last week from the boys. We had boots in the ground, all positive records, which we'll get into. But any overarching big thoughts on this NFL Week 7 extravaganza?
Kind of want to start with obviously the Pats. I know we've talked about it ad nauseum with the competition they've played against, but they're beating up on teams that they should be beating up on. Another headline, probably the Chiefs are back, full strength. I know they play the Raiders, but still a divisional game, kick their ass. Going to be interesting to see what it's like for the rest of the year. But I'd say those are the two main headlines. I think maybe the Seahawks are a little bit better than I originally thought. So that NFC West division isn't as terrible as I've been shitting on them for. But I would say those are my main takeaways.
Yeah. I had Drake my MVP, Chiefs. I put Chiefs, AFC champs. I meant to put Colts. Colts big game. Eagles back, and more heading into this week. First comment already from one DOUF boy. Set the tone, boys. Let's go. All right, so setting the tone off this previous week, we had very good record. Cam 9-6, me 9-6. Mikey, the book strikes again, 11-4 on the week. Very impressive win for someone who's been scraping at the bottom of the barrel.
All
no
right.
offense.
Damn.
No offense, bro. This year you've been under
no
500.
offense. All right.
Yeah, you're not offended. So bringing our records to the year so far, you've passed Rat in percentage, I believe, at 46 and 48, close to 500. Rat 6 and 8. I'm 58 and 50, and Cam's 61 and 47. I don't think I updated the percentages, so we'll have to get back to that next week. So yeah, let's
stacking
dive.
weeks. We're stacking weeks here, guys. Stacking good weeks.
Build on it.
Yep, keep building on it. I'm now well above 500. Mikey's almost 500. Cam's been above 500, but keep the pace. Let's go.
Yep.
Starting out the week, we had Thursday night game. I'm not sure how much football you guys watched this week. I watched like the last drive of this game, watched the T. Higgins slide.
This game was awesome.
Michael,
Yeah.
I'm sure you loved it as a Joe Flacco supporter.
Honestly, one of my favorite games to watch this year. I watched all of it, and it was electric. Watching Joe Flacco cook, awesome. Aaron Rodgers, probably the best game he's played in 3 years. And yeah, no defense was played, so it was awesome.
Okay.
Fair.
Cam?
That was my first night in Nashville, so it was not able to catch much of this game, but I watched the highlights the next morning. Very high scoring for what you would expect from a Steelers-Bengals divisional matchup. Kind of going against the grain of what we've seen historically within that AFC North division, but it definitely was a pretty electric for a Thursday night game, and hopefully those primetime games can keep delivering.
All right. Well, let's not wait any longer because we have the DOUF boys on the line, so we're going to have to skip ahead a couple of segments. Yeah. What's up?
What's up, boys?
What's going on, guys?
What up, clowns?
Hope.
All right, bud.
You're already talking shit.
Yeah, he's trying to.
All right. Let's keep it organized here. How are you guys in this fine Wednesday evening?
We're doing good. We're preparing. We got a big softball game today.
How was your sushi?
Sushi was really good. We had a lot of it.
Does anything make this week more important than the previous week in softball, or is it just another regular season game?
Gotta lay more hog this week.
Yeah, we're on a roll. We're on a win streak right now.
Every
week's
week's an important week in softball.
Every week's very important.
All right. Well, let's get right into it. So, Mark, 3-1 performance last week. The leader in the clubhouse, 3-1. Everyone else went 2-2. That includes me, Tendy, and Michael. So on the year, we have Tendy and Mark both at 12-8.
Ooh.
I'm 10-10. Mikey's 4-4, and Cam 6-6. So Team Dubcast perfectly 500, which is not great because Team Florida 24-16. So we're 4 games back, boys. We got to catch up.
All right. That's huge.
So we haven't given any of our picks yet, but we'll make an exception because timing. Someone on this podcast needs to watch the Knicks. That's why we're an hour early. So
I can't believe you guys folded to that.
Yeah, that's bad.
I know.
I did,
should have
but
been
I
more.
was not a part of that
Mikey
decision.
proclaimed in the car this morning, we called him, that he is no longer watching football or thinking about football. And he's all in on the NBA.
Yeah, Michael told us he's
Yeah.
opted out on football this year.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good to
Awesome
know
when
from
he's a
from a
co-host
co-host.
of
Yeah.
a football gambling podcast.
People beg to get on the show, but I'm keeping someone who opted out of football. All right,
Who's begging?
I have names. We won't reveal them on stream.
right.
So
Mikey would give up his spot in a heartbeat.
yeah, so here we go. You guys, of course, have the choice. 2 people to pick. I mean, it's really I don't know what you're going to go with this time because we're all 500. So there's no real like numbers analysis. So it's more of just a what's the word? I'm like qualitative analysis here on who you think is going to struggle this week. So let's hear it.
Should we let them pick their own guy?
I mean, I feel like I do like that Colin. It is Colin's show, so Colin, I think, should continue to make
All
the
right.
picks for the
Fair enough. Dub can be in.
All right,
Um,
back in again.
Let's make Mr. I don't like football make his picks this
All right, Mikey, you're back in.
Mikey's was in last week as well.
I
Cam's
know.
riding pine.
Riding pine.
That's some
Sorry,
bullshit.
Cam.
Mike,
What was this? Was this phone? How legit was this phone call? You said I'm opted out of football. Was that real?
This did happen.
This did happen. Yeah.
Good to know.
He was yelling at drivers who couldn't drive and yelling about how much he hates football.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's basically what it was.
Well, is that more like a Jets thing, or is that like a?
I think it's
Yes.
driven from the
Definitely a
Jets.
Jets thing.
Yeah. Okay.
99%.
Did you guys see that video of the Jets fan that got interviewed on the way out of the stadium?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
hilarious.
That was awesome.
That's like me in an alternate universe. If I grew up a Jets fan.
That's pretty much
That's
Mark every
literally
Sunday.
just me.
I hate this team. I was born into it. I hate it. We suck.
That's
Mark,
Mark
are you
with the
having
Yankees.
similar
I think.
feelings about football now that you're a Jets fan? And
No, I opted out on football a long time ago.
okay. All right. Well, that's good. All right. So let's get into the picks. Let's start with the dog. So either one, Mark, you can take the floor first this time since you're coming off the whole week.
We are riding or dying as a group on this dog pick this week. We both have the same
Interesting.
dog. Neither of us would budge on it because it's too easy.
It's too easy.
49ers +1 against CJ Stroud. Come on.
I don't know if you guys watched that Texans game the other night. It was late.
did.
It was a Monday. They are so bad. Like you have to score 10 points against them and you win the game. Obviously, they scored more than 10
Well, they
points the other
scored
night.
more than 12, or else we would have won money.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, 49ers are good. Texans are bad.
Okay. Michael, are you prepared, or do you want me to go?
I'm prepared.
Okay.
Oh,
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I was just looking because I saw this before. The Texans are 2-4 and they have a plus 39 point differential, which is crazy. So when they win big. All right, my dog, I'm taking the Cowboys plus 3.5.
I like that.
I
I'd
guess
say
the
that.
Broncos.
That was on my board too, not to spoil anything in the future. All right. This is I don't know if you guys thought the same thing, but I thought this was a pretty rough week for picks.
Yeah.
I
I'll
like
take-
the board a lot this week.
You like the board, okay. Well,
It spoke to me.
I was reading it well.
did you get the
We'll
book in
see.
mail this week? From
Hey, man.
Mikey?
Yeah, I sent them the copy.
Well, I'm going to take a stab on a dog. This one came down a point. I'm going to take the Saints plus 4.5 at home.
Jesus Christ, dog.
Dude, trust.
Versus Versus who?
Versus the Buccaneers coming into New Orleans.
Bad.
Interdivisional matchup. Spencer Rattler is better than people give him credit for.
I honestly don't hate that. I was looking at that.
I think I have the Bucks.
Give him that's your over.
Mike Evans, Chris
Mike
Godwin,
Evans out for the year. Godwin looks like he's not going to play.
Bucky's out.
Bucky's looking like he's out as well, according to the fantasy logs. So I think the Bucks might win this game, but I think it's gonna be a close interdivisional matchup. NFC South. I feel like those teams always play each other close.
All right, Dub, you convinced me. I like it.
Okay.
All right.
Over.
Gotta ride
So
the
do
team Dubcast. I like it. Dub.
You guys aren't riding every pick, right? Just the
No,
dog.
just that
All
one.
right. So
that
Mark, we'll start with you. You're over for this week.
My over. I've got Saints versus Bucks. Both teams can put up points. Is it at Saints?
You just made it clear the
Yeah.
Buccaneers are not going to score points, though.
Yeah, they are though. That's the thing. Saints have a
It's
bad
in New
defense.
Orleans.
It's in New Orleans in a dome. I don't know. These are just teams that don't get shut out. Like I'm pretty sure before last week, they've both put up more than 20 points 5 consecutive weeks. So 46 or 40, what is it? 46?
46.5.
46 is not a huge number. I like it.
I had
I
that
do
on my board
too.
as well. Yeah, that was a good pick.
That's my under.
I have Giants Eagles over 44. I mean,
Okay.
as we've learned, Dart is good. The Giants can score and they can also give up a lot of points. And the Eagles offense is kind of a question mark, but they have and are capable of putting up a big number as well. So I'm sticking with Giants Eagles over 44.
Don't hate it. Michael?
I'm taking the Bills at the Panthers over 45.5. Bills off a bye week.
Love that, Mikey. Love it.
I love that pick for you, Mikey.
I actually like the pick in general.
It's my under game.
Yeah, that would be an over I'd actually bet on. Two of my 3 picks so far have already been taken, so I'll take the third one. Monday Night Football, Commanders Chiefs over 47.5.
That's a bad pick.
Okay. Well, I think why makes it a bad pick before I explain why it's a good pick?
Mariota?
Because the Commanders are not
They're the
Mariota's
Redskins.
played his
They're
good
the
games.
Redskins.
He has a certain amount of loaded up good games a year. He's used them. He's a bad quarterback now for the rest
a
of
lot
the
of
year.
ammo.
Mariota? The disrespect.
The Chiefs
Bro,
are
you
coming off a
disrespected
shutout. The Chiefs defense is back. Mariota with that offense is not much better than the Raiders.
Wow. Wild disrespect on my GOAT. They put up 41 points and 27 points against a tough Falcons defense, so they're going to
I
hang
told
this.
you. He had those good games saved in his back pocket. He's used them. The cards are on
Okay,
the
so
table.
I'm just going to make picks off Mark saying he used 2 good games. Okay. Next time, I'll send me the book next time. I won't pick it.
What's my record though? Remind me.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I'm 500, so at least 2 of these are bound to hit. Maybe not more, but at least 2.
Why are you saying that?
And you guys took my picks. This is my emergency pick, so not like I love it, but I think it's going to hit. Mariota is going to put up a fight in prime time. All right.
Good pick.
Back on subject. Under. Mark, you're under this week.
My under. I've got Colts versus Titans. 47 is the number. Colts have an elite offense. Colts are for real. Colts are not even a dark horse. They're AFC Championship game.
They are the horse.
They are the horse. The Titans. This is basically just I'm betting the Titans to score less than 10 points because the Colts are going to put up a crazy number. I need the Titans. I'm counting on the Titans to put up 6. If they put up 6, I think we've got it.
Our Titans looked pretty good in those first 2 drives against the Pats last week. Tendy, you're under?
I am tailing Mikey. I have under 46 on the Bills and Panthers. I think we did a different number there, but on the Hard Rock app, I have 46. I don't know. What'd you have? Wasn't it 45? You said, Mikey?
45.5. Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
We can do 4. I don't really care. I don't think it's going to be close. The Bills back against the wall. They've never really proven themselves, I feel like. Panthers could also be bad. Bills have a good defense. I think this is going to be a mucky, low-scoring game. But the Bills will win it, but still, it's going to be muck.
Okay. Michael?
I just disagree.
He wasn't asking for your thoughts.
I was asking for your under.
This is a pick show, Michael, not a thought show.
Well, he was tailing me, so I was like, I'll be taking the under on Tendy's over the Bucks Saints 46.
Oh, we're going back and forth on over under.
That was mine. That was me.
Oh,
Interesting.
Mark. All right. But yeah, Bucks all injured offense. Saints don't trust them, obviously, with their Ratlenbog at quarterback. So yeah, going under.
Love it. Attaboy, Mike.
Michael's playing offense this week. I respect it. I don't know. I'm surprised no one took this one. I'm taking the Jets and the Bengals under 44.5. I feel like that's
an
egregiously high number for the Jets, who haven't put up more than 10 points in. Well, they put up 11 2 weeks ago. Sorry, but
Yeah, come on, lock it up.
the Jets have proven to be incapable of scoring, and the Bengals with Joe Flacco, I feel like were running a high, so I think it's going to go under. I'm taking under in that game. And then, my other pick was the Cowboys Broncos, but the Cowboys always just hit the over. All right, last one we have is the favorite. Mark, your favorite of this week.
Yep. I'm riding what might be the hottest team in the NFL right now, and it pains me to say it, but it's the Pats -7 versus the Browns. The Browns, I mean, they played well last week, but that game shouldn't mean anything because it was in the rain against the Dolphins. Dolphins have given up. The Pats look really good. They're scoring at will. Browns obviously have a good defense. So, I mean, I guess this is the test. Can the Pats score on a good defense? But, I mean, judging by the past couple weeks, I'm saying they can. So, -7.
Okay. Tandy?
See, Dub, I went off of your logic that the Jets just aren't going to score points. So I took what I thought was the safest bet every week is Bengals -6.5 versus the Jets.
I love it. Not really, but we'll see later what I pick. No, I think that's sound logic, though. You just fade the Jets because they're 0-7 and they're horrible. Michael in black screen.
Well,
Good transition.
did the next pregame show start?
Walt Frazier. All right, well, I'll give my favorite. I'm picking a team that is coming off a bye week, facing a backup quarterback as Mikey disappears off the stream in general. I'm taking the Bills -7. I think Panthers are 4-3, which is crazy, and I feel like they won't be as good as everyone's saying they are. I don't even know if people are saying they're good, but their record kind of indicates that they're a decent team. I think the Bills coming out of bye week had some time to figure things out. Josh Allen returns to form. Bills win by at least 7 points. Michael, where would you just go?
Are
Thank
the
you.
Panthers playing a backup?
I don't
Andy
think Bryce
Dalton.
Young's playing.
Oh,
Well, Andy Dalton is not that bad of a backup, but
I got a phone call and it booted me, but my
Who's
pick
calling?
what? I don't know, someone from Bristol.
Nice.
from Connecticut.
Yeah, the ESPN's calling.
The book's called.
they want the book back. They want the book.
I had the Pats, but I'm switching up, and I think I'm going to take the Chargers on Thursday night, playing against maybe JJ McCarthy, maybe Carson Wentz.
No,
I
it's
love that.
Carson.
The Dub cast going to start off 0-1 on a hot start on Thursday.
It's Carson.
And
That's
the
awesome.
Chargers are
They're due. They're due, Mikey. I'm
they're
with you.
due.
How many times I got to teach this lesson, old man? It's an endless cycle, but I don't mind
Oh
it.
my God! It was the United States Representative Seth Magaziner calling me.
Oh, let's go, Mikey.
Oh,
You
so
guys-
it's Bristol, Rhode
See
Island.
if he wants to hop on the show.
You might want it.
You guys, can I ask you a trade? Some trade advice here in a fantasy league.
No, you're just wasting
Mikey,
my
I
time.
don't want to ask you because you are off football.
Tandy, every second you waste in the stream, you're wasting from Michael potentially watching the next night.
Mikey, just stream it on your phone. It's okay.
I'm using my phone right now.
He has a dead
From
laptop,
Pizadora?
I guess. I don't know.
I have a dead laptop.
I'll hear you out. I'm sure Cam would love to hop in here since he's on the bench right now.
All right, so this is just the quick. So I have a pretty loaded wide receiver roster. I have AJ Brown, Chris Olave, Justin Jefferson, and I have Vlad McConkey. My running back situation is a little scarce. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. So pretty much, Stephen Murphy would like to trade me. Where do I get the trades? Trades. There we go. He's offering me AJ Brown for DeAndre Swift straight up.
Or AJ Brown for Rico Dowdle straight
I don't
up.
think I'm going to do that.
I feel like you should do that one.
I would rather do Dowdle than Swift if you're going to do either.
No, I
of
would
them,
rather do
but-
Swift, but they're
I'd
kind of in
rather do
opposite
Swift in a
positions.
shared backfield in Carolina with that offense.
In
that
Carolina, they're
seems
moving towards
suspect.
a shared, and then also in Chicago, that kid Mondekai is also kind of coming on the rise. I don't know. It's a weird spot. How desperate are you at running back?
This week I'm starting Tyler Algier and Ramondre
Oh.
Stevenson.
Oh,
And I have who's my bench?
Tyrone Tracy.
Tyrone Tracy and Kenneth Walker on bye.
okay. I would maybe
Yeah,
do
Kenneth
Swift.
will-
AJ Brown is kind of, I feel like if you're going to trade AJ Brown, this is the week to do it. He just had a big game, and he's been asked all year.
Sure.
Obviously.
That is true. All right. Well, thank you, boys. Mikey, I hope the Knicks lose by 30 tonight.
Is there any final thoughts, Mark? By the way, Indiana insider led us astray. They destroyed Michigan State. He said they wouldn't cover.
Did he say that?
He said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That was his favorite pick of the entire slate.
That was also his only pick.
He was hyping it down though. He didn't want to like hop on the show and be like
Yeah,
big Indiana guy right off rip.
yeah, I
But
respect
he's
it.
he is the Indiana guy.
He is.
We're gonna need him back come college playoff time.
We'll get him on.
We'll get him back.
He loved it.
Yeah, he was fired up. But I actually do have a future if I
You're
can give my
crazy.
weekly future.
Yeah, go for it.
So NBA started last
He
night.
did this over sushi today.
Yeah, I did do this over sushi. I decided this afternoon. NBA started last night. Mikey,
gonna be
NBA
so
starts
bad.
tonight for you.
I was actually watching. I was locked in last night. That was an awesome game.
I actually watched those games.
I didn't watch any of those games. I was pretty tired. I went to bed. Beside the point. I love a good future, as you know. So I was looking at the lines. I was looking at MVP, looking at defensive player, 6-man. Most improved player, though, caught my eye. And I watch a good amount of the Celtics, and I know obviously the Celtics aren't the same Celtics as they have been. But they have a guy on their team who is probably going to take on a little bit of a bigger role. He's going to get more shots, more minutes.
Nemus
Pritch?
Keita.
And he's a little white boy,
Yes, sir. I love it.
and he can shoot from anywhere. And you know, they love shooting threes in Boston. So my future of the week is most improved player of the year, Peyton Pritchard, at plus 2250.
I love
I
that.
I don't mind it at those odds.
Yeah,
I personally
Dub
hate
and
it.
Dub and I are
I-
big Pritch guys.
I've
He
been following
averaged-
But
Pritch.
here's the
This is-
thing, guys.
Hold on.
He has to do.
Yeah, how can
He's
you
already
be much-
good. Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
no,
how
no.
can you be
He
like the most improved from 6-man?
He
for the
averaged,
year?
because last year he averaged 14 and 3.
It's not bad.
Okay.
If he's the starting point guard and he's getting 8 threes a game, he's 14 and 3 is nothing. He's going to average 19, 20, and
That's not much
5.
improved though.
Yes, it is. If you bump your scoring 7 points into the 20s,
You
But-
think Peyton Pritchard's gonna average 20 points a game this year?
That's not like
why is that crazy? Like he's their third option.
Is he though?
you to win the most improved award. You have to go from being pretty good to being an all-star. That's just what the award is.
Pritch.
So you're
could be
betting
that.
that Peyton Pritchard is going to be an
I-
all-star.
Listen,
with
it's
that
it's
bet.
a bet. It's a
Conference,
future. Like we'll
possible.
see.
It's possible.
We'll see. If he comes out the first half of the year and he's Steph Curry and he's averaging 25 a game,
He has to
For
average
those
25
odds,
games.
for those odds, it is a good bet. Plus 22.
I bet I think $75 to win like 2,200.
Okay.
All right. Well, as
Noted.
always, we'll keep track of these futures. The
I'll come
Nussmeier.
back.
Doug's
I'll come
got
back
the
with the
ball.
future for next week.
Dude, this
You
is
don't need
awesome.
to. Yeah, it's
Oh,
obviously
it's-
Mikey's getting antsy over there. I can tell.
they haven't really panned
Yeah,
out well.
You
Besides,
guys, what else should we talk about?
That's not
We have
true.
we have plenty of time to kill until softball. What should we talk about?
well, we can talk about the Nussmeier bet. That's looking pretty.
That's
bad.
the one that isn't good. Dodgers.
Yeah, you gave Dodgers
the
at
Dod-
plus 170, which is like, the sports.
Okay. And then you hedge it, and it's guaranteed money. So
I guess.
whoever's listening out there, and I know someone out there has followed me on all of these loyal fans out here.
Texas calling.
That's a winner. Jets under
did like
4.5
that one.
wins.
I did like
Winner.
that one too.
That's
This one's a little bit of a reach. We'll see. It's a little, pepper job now. Maybe we get rich in June. We'll see.
Nick's Mikey. What do you have to say about it?
I hate it. My pick on
We
last
actually did
night's
a stream last
subcast
night
was
on an NBA.
Modest Bozelis.
I've never heard of that.
Not even a person.
That is the dumbest name you could have pulled out of your bag.
He's like the
You're just trying to
fourth
brag,
or
you know.
fifth in odds, so you probably saw his name today.
Who did I say?
I don't
Do you
remember.
remember?
No.
No. Good stream.
Mikey,
Okay.
Mikey, what are your predictions?
I said
for tonight?
Shaden Sharp for most improved. I think
Nice.
Nice.
Richard's number 8 right now in the DraftKings most improved.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's got a real chance. I mean, they're gonna just like huck shots. They have to score.
They're gonna
Someone's got to
score
score.
threes.
Anthony Simons.
Stop.
It's going to depend on him. All
He's
right.
got to be an all-star.
we won't torture Mikey any longer. Any final thoughts?
Yeah.
Thanks. for jumping
Don't
on.
do anything for Mikey's sake tonight. This is
Why?
your podcast. This is a football podcast that Mikey's
Yeah.
committed to. Mikey's a
That's
football
true.
guy and he's a Jets guy.
I'm a football guy.
Great. Yeah, it is a football podcast, but we've talked NBA random fucking futures for 10 minutes.
Cam, are you on the
This is what the people sign on for.
I don't know about that.
When is Mark, as a Jets fan, when's the first win coming?
Yeah, it very well might not.
They do play the Dolphins.
Maybe
again.
they beat the Dolphins. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know their schedule. I
I
just
think
know
they play the Browns.
He did say
Ew.
the other night that they're going to win some random game against a good team towards the end of the season. You did
So
say
that's
that.
what they do.
They've got the Bengals this week. You don't think they're going to win that game? They've got the Browns at home next week.
no.
I think they have a
They've got-
bye though.
they've
the
got
Browns
the
at
Pats.
home.
I think
is
it's
like-
Bengals
they're gonna
by
get shut out.
Browns.
Yeah, they do have a bye in between the Browns week at home.
Can we look up the least amount of points scored in an NFL season? Like they might do it. They're not scoring points.
It's probably
They dropped
some
30 in
60s
week
team.
1.
Yeah, but they scored what, less than 15 a few times now.
They got 32, 10, 27, 21, 22, 11, 6.
Maybe
It's going
not.
downhill. So they got the Browns. You don't think they're going to win that game. And then they have the Pats twice on the schedule. They have in Baltimore, Atlanta at home, the Dolphins at home. That's December 7th.
That's probably a dub.
In Jacksonville, in New Orleans.
All right, you guys.
I think they're
I
going
can
to
see
win
them-
in Jacksonville.
I have a pretty interesting answer to the question of least amount of points scored in an entire NFL season. In 1926, the Louisville Colonels, Jesus Christ, My bad.
Yikes.
I haven't seen that word spelled out in a while. They scored 0 points.
So the Jets
Okay.
are not going to beat that.
So the
We're
Jets are safe. They actually did it a lot. They've done it.
No,
There's a lot of people that scored 0 points.
Look it up since the NFL AFL merger. Come on,
use
fine.
ChatGPT.
Come on.
have some.
The
real
top 2
stats.
things in the ESPN page about the Jets is about Justin Fields shrugging off the owner criticizing him and Mark Sanchez's trial date.
Oh wow! In 1970, the Seattle Seahawks scored 42 points. That record will never be broken.
Yeah.
Jets got that in 2 weeks.
That's 2.6 points a game.
That's tough.
Oh my god!
That's so bad.
That's brutal.
All right, so the Jets aren't them.
They got something to build towards
So
that.
we're going to have to wait till December for the potential Jets first win.
Yeah,
They can beat the Browns off a bye. Come on, give them.
they're
some-
0-7.
Come on.
They need to get to 5 wins, so they have to go 5-5 the rest of the year for that future not to hit. It's not going to happen. You guys can still hop on. The line moved to 3.5 now, though, after that pathetic showing last week.
I might take the under as soon as they win a game, but I don't know when that's going to be, so I don't know. But I might just take the under now.
Yeah, could be a cool little thing. We could all ride together.
I can't
I'll
do
do
that to Mikey.
Mikey
I'm
doesn't
not doing
bet.
I'll do it right now.
I'll bet for you.
I just
Give
add
Mark
you-
$1 to put on the purple, so you're part of it.
I only have
No.
$2 in my account.
$2.
Yikes.
That
Under-
goes for Mikey.
Here, Mikey, I'll put my $2.70 on this for you.
Under 3.5 is minus 155, so it's not even that great odds.
What is it? Mine-
Minus 150.
Oh, it's not gonna work. Touch
4.5 was minus 130 last week.
Damn, we missed the boat. We missed the train. Mark oracled it for us, and we
That
blew
means,
it.
that means technically, like, that's parlaying every Jets game is still at minus 155. That's brutal. That's what it's saying. If you were to parlay every game, like money line against the Jets, they'd lose. Oh no, that's 5-5. What if we do that? Can you alter spread it to 0 games won this year? That'd be kind of
They
fun.
do. There is 0-17.
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah.
Any team to go 0-17, so obviously the Jets are the only team right now, plus 2,500.
Plus
I
25.
might hop on that.
That's
Put your
brutal.
$2 on that.
I'll
For
remember
Mikey.
$2 for Mike.
Mikey, I'll bet that.
Fewest-
For you.
Fewest wins, Jets plus 170 right now. Titans at number 2 at plus 190.
This book.
Mikey, I'll put $10 on no wins, and if it hits, I'll get you a present with the winnings.
Okay.
I'll get you a Jets jersey that says it'll be a custom Jets jersey that has wins 2024 0.
That'd be a nice
That's
jersey.
awesome.
Poor Mikey's really suffering now.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
not getting one.
All right, we'll let you carry
We
on.
do have a show to get back to.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's been
I
a
have a
pleasure.
show to leave in half an hour.
It's been a pleasure as always.
See you,
Be good.
you
Good luck in
boys.
softball tonight.
Who's
Thanks,
on the
boys.
bump?
Do all the
Have a good
things.
show.
Good luck in the DOUF, but we're gonna win. Okay, they're gone. All right.
That was like quite a long dude
Yeah.
segment.
Oh,
Prolonged segment. I
Whoa.
gotta get back to the layout. It's not working.
Tweaking
they're
on
still here.
StreamYard.
They're still here. Okay. Mikey's gone. Goodbye. So where we left off, Sunday
Rams,
morning,
Jags.
London. Did you watch it?
I did. Yeah, I was able to catch this before the Pats game at 1 o'clock. Hammered the Rams. Also had Devontae anytime. Had Matthew Stafford 2+. Great start to the day. I was always on the Rams, even though this was technically a quote-unquote Jags home game, seeing how I was in London. I just don't think the quality of play between the two teams made it any sort of a massive difference, even though the Jags were in London. So I thought the spread was extremely short at -3. Hammered the Rams, thankfully paid out for me.
Yeah, I didn't watch a single snap of this game, but I was surprised the Rams won by this much. Michael, do you have any thoughts on the London game? Did you watch it?
didn't watch it. When I checked it at like 10:15 or whatever it was already like 20-0, 21.
Oh, I did live bet the Jags plus 14.5, and that didn't work.
Nice.
Yeah. I was in the parking lot of Connecticut Stop and Shop, so I was like, got to rip the live boost on
What are you
something.
doing in Connecticut? Come on.
Betting before the game started.
Drove to Connecticut to bet. That's electric.
I drove to get groceries. It's only a little bit further away than my other grocery store because now I'm close to the border. But yeah, I mean, Jaguars, I feel like this free fall was kind of predicted going on how to start they had. Rams look like one of the best teams in the NFC. We'll keep it moving to boots in the ground game. Obviously, we will start out with you, Cam, in Nashville, Tennessee for this one. Drake Maye MVP. All the thoughts. What are they?
I think you got to hold the horses on that. As much as I love how well he's been playing, it's way too early to be talking about that. And I feel like the national media attention is the last thing you want on this team right now. I will tell you one thing. I don't know if you guys followed like the weather report at all, but it's probably like 20 to 25 mile per hour winds at this game. And I was in a jersey and shorts in the nosebleeds. So very brutal. But the Pats play made up for it. Kind of a slow start as we've seen in the past few weeks, especially on the defensive side of the ball, which is something you definitely don't want to see, especially with better competition coming up. But definitely feel like Drake's turning it on, as we've talked about. I mean, 21 for 23, had a few insane throws, like even just watching them from the nosebleeds, it's like only maybe 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the league can make that throw, which is obviously, like you said, kind of alluding to why he might be in that MVP conversation. But at the same time, it's the back-to-back wins that they've had, slow starts, beating 2 of the worst teams in the league. And I feel like we need to see, I know he played incredible against the Bills, but I need to see it against better competition. But yeah, I mean, great win, even though it didn't look great. 18-point victory on the road, 4 wins in a row. When's the last time we said that? 4 wins in a row, 3 of them on the road too. So those are my takeaways. Not sure, Dub, other Pats fan, if you had any additional thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to come into these games and win by what you're supposed to do and just get the job done. Like, I don't think this was a crazy performance. Just the Titans are really bad, and we won on the road, so I think it's a good win. I have been listening to a little bit of Boston radio this week, and they're talking about Drake Maye running, which I don't think we need to spend too much time on that. But it's like now that we're a good team, you have to start nitpicking the smaller stuff. So nothing really I was concerned with at all. I think the only thing is the defensive slow starts, but once we rationalized and realized that they didn't let up like a single point after the first 2 drives.
They scored a touchdown too. Yeah.
So I'm not too worried. Excited. I mean, our schedule's easy, but we take it and we'll take it in stride and keep winning games. Michael, do you have any additional thoughts on this Patriots-Titans matchup?
No, the Titans are horrible. So
Yeah.
no.
Thank you.
No head coach.
We're starting to fucking realize that now.
No head coach boost.
Tough. Next one was Carson Wentz revenge game. Eagles, Vikings, Eagles get the job done. I think at least me and Cam are on Eagles. I think Mikey, you were as well, maybe. But -1.5, they get it done on the road. I don't remember a ton from this game. AJ Brown, big game, back after trade rumors. Devonta Smith back in tune as well. And I mean, the Vikings are kind of, what's the Vikings? I was trying to think of the Vikings record because they're playing on Thursday night, but
I think it's 3-4.
3-4,
3-3?
yeah,
3-3. They had a bye week
3-3,
last
so
week.
not terrible.
Yeah.
Eagles look like they're back to form after the tough losses. What were your thoughts on this game, Cam? Well, I guess you weren't watching any of these games, but
I was able to catch a lot of the replay of the 1 o'clock games because for some reason they were just showing CBS, which I guess they must have the 4:25 game. So after the game, made it to a bar and they were showing all the highlights. But Eagles jumped out to a pretty hefty lead, held the control of this game, and then the Vikings started to claw their way back, but obviously couldn't get it done. It was on the Eagles with you. Hammered the Pats and the Eagles money line parlay. That was one of my favorite bets of the weekend. But yeah, I mean, this Eagles team, I feel like the week prior, obviously they got out to that big lead, and ended up losing to the Broncos. I'm not sure if that was last week or the week before, but it definitely seemed, yeah, it was. They definitely continued to get these leads, and then for some reason they collapsed in the second half, and not only let the teams back in, but potentially win the game. Definitely need them to clean it up. Saquon's still not getting involved as we would expect, but I don't know. Interesting game.
yeah, I think this is actually the most entertaining game out of this window. Very short
Well,
windows.
you got Carl Wentz fucking running around, almost throwing a
Yeah.
pick on every play or a touchdown.
Only 6 games in this window. This one was the one that was like had the most eyes at the end of the red zone. Yeah, this is actually a really bad window. But it was entertaining enough. Vikings, I'm kind of the same as I am on them. Just going to be a middle of the pack team. Eagles, good to see them get it back. We'll see if they can continue that upward trajectory. Michael, any thoughts on this one? Okay.
No. Yeah, the Eagles are not back, but they showed a little bit more on offense than they had the past couple of weeks, and yeah,
Well, I'd love to
finding ways to win
again.
Oh yeah, Brandon Graham's back.
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith retired mid-game. I think that was last week.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on this game. Panthers beat the Jets 13-6. Tyrod.
There was 4 quarterbacks playing in this game.
Fun fact.
Fun
Took us
fact.
away from the pain.
That's so sad to hear. Oh my god.
Who played the best of the 4 quarterbacks? Rank the 4 quarterbacks that played this game and how they played.
No.
He doesn't want to say Fields at 4.
Well, it's probably true, but yeah, I mean, I don't really have very much to say. They just kind of are terrible. I do think that with Tyrod in the game, their offense looks more mature and better. Like obviously Justin Fields has a higher ceiling and can do more movement and stuff like that, but he just has 0 pocket presence, doesn't know where anyone is. Like I don't know, it was 2 weeks ago he got sacked 9 times and probably one of them was on the offensive line. Like he just rolls into edge rushers and defensive linemen all day long, and yeah, it's just bad.
This was a sad one to watch where they put in the backup quarterback and then Tyrod's still throwing 2 picks.
Tyrod wasn't horrible though.
No,
he was
wasn't.
slinging
He
the
was
rock
moving
at
the ball,
least.
yeah.
Like
He was trying.
the problem with Justin Fields is he won't throw the ball when someone's open. At least Tyrod is like willing to put it up there.
6 for 12, 46 yards for Justin Fields in the day.
Jesus.
Obviously, do you want to talk about the Woody Johnson remarks now or for next week's game?
No, I don't care about it.
Are you anti-Woody or do you not care?
I mean, I think everyone with a brain cell is anti-Woody. So
Okay.
All right.
Cam, did you have any?
he's probably
prevailing
one of the
thoughts?
worst owners in
Yeah.
like the 4
Yeah, I
major
feel like that's a pretty
sports.
objective opinion too. Like I feel like everybody feels that way. I saw a little bit of this game and I immediately took my eyes off of it as soon as I saw the score and that both backups were in. So don't really have much to add other than the Panthers coming out with a win. 4-3. Kind of crazy. Definitely was not expecting that going into the year, but here they are.
Our guy Chuba Hubbard is losing his job. 14 carries, 31 yards.
That's why I was surprised when we got to the fantasy segment because I feel like Dowd was kind of coming after it. But I mean,
Yeah,
teach their
I
own.
think Chuba's earned enough respect to be like part of the mix.
He
but
could be like a vulture type back where he gets in inside the 5.
Yeah, or like they could just use them both. Like I feel like that's an underrated attack in the NFL is if you have 2 good running backs, use them both.
Yeah.
But Rico, 4.6 yards per carry, also had a 17-yard catch, so that's something to watch moving forward. Comments from the chat: McChurchill Downs hat. Yep, we got to bring out a different apparel every week. So slept on. This guy's name is Woody Johnson. You know, like Woody Johnson.
Yep. Get it.
Cringe. Get
So,
this guy
not
the
cringe.
fuck out.
Double boner joke. A game that was hard to watch. Chiefs over the Raiders, 31-0. Just nothing out of this one.
Skip.
Yeah, I didn't watch
We
a
can-
single
we can
second other
skip.
than each
The
touchdown.
Raiders
yeah.
didn't have the ball at all in this game.
Yeah,
All I-
30 plays.
All I saw was like the Rashi Rice score.
punt,
I think it was their first
Yeah.
score, and then that was it. And it was
and
like
then he
that's the
punted
end
the
of
ball
game.
into like the second section. Electric.
Yeah, Rashi Rice was getting every catch, but he only had like 46 yards. He did get the touchdown. And he did Travis Kelce touchdown and the over. I don't think either of those hit.
I think the best touchdown celebration was JSN dunking this week.
That was
hype.
that was hype.
He got
Shout
out.
Yeah. And he almost yammed on the ref too.
He
Like
basically
balls
did.
in his face. And the ref was like, nah, immediately throwing the
See ya,
flag.
buddy.
Yeah.
We got to see Kenny Pickett enter this game.
Good.
Yeah, I didn't watch a single second of Kenny Pickett swing the rock around. So
2 for 2, 8 yards. Watch out. Bye week for the Raiders. Thank God. They need it. Another game that's potentially skippable. Browns over the Dolphins.
No.
You have something to say on this one.
No.
Yeah,
Mike, you predicted Mike McDaniel to be fired week 3. He's still the coach heading into week 8.
I know. I have no idea how. This was the score, I think, to enter the fourth quarter, and nobody could kick a field goal to make it go over.
Oh yeah, this. Sorry for those that didn't.
I'm
don't
heated
remember
at
last
this.
week. This was Mikey's over in the DOUF. And
You
it was
actually got double
39 and a
boned by
half,
this.
and it was 30.
I know. I think both teams went for it on fourth down in easy field goal range in the fourth quarter, and just
Oh.
I think the kicker was that it actually came down to like 35 and a half by the time the game started.
Damn.
Because I was looking at the box.
well, it was also like shitty weather too.
Yeah, there was a weather scare there.
Yeah.
So that's your take. You just needed the over. Angry
Yeah,
Monday
fuck.
morning better.
Yeah, and that I don't know how Mike McDaniel's still the coach of this football team.
Another backup quarterback into the game, Quinn Ewers, slinging the rock around. in
Yeah.
this one.
Tua's literally horrible, and if anything,
Yeah.
it's anything other than 78 degrees and sunny. Like he's gonna throw 4 picks and shit the bed.
3 picks in this
Agreed.
game, 100 yards. Yeah, Dylan
Yes.
Gabriel didn't have to do too much. 2 lefty Hawaiian quarterbacks. Nice. We had Connor in the chat says Chiefs and Browns and Survivor. I feel like this isn't a great week to pick the Chiefs, but I mean, actually, it probably would make sense because there was a lot of close
No, they're
games.
12.5 point favorites with Jaden out. Just because you're sucking Mario's dick now, all of a sudden after
No,
you won
he's
against him the first
saying he's saying
week.
check. Like last week, he picked the Chiefs and the Browns and Survivor.
Oh, I thought he meant week coming up.
The Browns are playing the Pats, dude.
True.
Dude,
True.
lock in.
So not much from the Browns game. Bears are back. Bears over the Saints, over the Rattlesnake, over the Rattlenbach, as Mikey said. Yeah, cover the spread, easy. Not really much to add from this game, on my perspective. Just another. I mean, this is probably the second most interesting game. The only game that was in 2 scores in this window, which was crazy. But I mean, the Bears, you got to give them credit. Usually, last year, this is a game they'd fuck around and lose 2 years ago. So I don't know if this is a continuing of an upward trajectory or just the Saints are not a good team right now. But I don't know if you had anything else, Cam, to add on this one.
I didn't catch too much of it, but just based off of kind of like the trajectory of both teams and what it's looked like so far this season, I'm getting a lot of Patriots vibes from what the Bears are doing, where they're not necessarily playing great competition, but they're winning the games that they should. Especially, new head coach first year. And then you also got the young quarterback going into their second year. I mean, I don't know what this Bears team is going to be like, kind of similar to the.
Sorry, I think my AirPod just died. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. I feel like this Bears team is kind of like in a similar situation where we don't know exactly what they are yet against true difficult NFL competition, as opposed to the Saints at home. I don't know. They're a tough team to bet on, but I feel like the lines on them have been relatively low throughout the year. So something to keep an eye on.
Michael, any prevailing thoughts?
Nope.
Okay. Another comment from the chat. Derpy Entertainment joins us. He says Saints are garbage and the Bears won game that they should.
Did I not just
That's
fucking say that?
true.
Maybe it was a simultaneous take. This game was cinematic. The other New York team, the Giants, big win for Cam. You said you live bet the Broncos. When did
I
you
did.
live bet them?
I live bet them. I think it was 26-7. It wasn't 26-0. The Broncos I think just scored, and I don't know why I got a vibe. Live bet them twice. Got a little sketchy, especially when they came down when Jackson Dart scored that touchdown, but they missed that PAT. Obviously huge for the game. And then Bo Nix drives them down the field, spiked the ball, kicked the field goal to win. It was an electric atmosphere. One of my favorite bets and games to watch throughout the entire game or throughout the entire day. But I don't think I covered that because I'm pretty sure what was the Broncos. Oh no, I actually had the Giants plus the 7. So
Yeah, I
perfect.
think we all had Giants.
Yeah, nice. Well, I mean, one of the most electric games, if not the most electric game of the afternoon.
Yeah, no, this is the one that
33 points in the fourth quarter alone. I mean, insane.
Crazy.
it was crazy. Yeah, I mean Jackson Dart is for real with no Malik Neighbors.
I
Broncos-
mean, yes, but that pick in the fourth quarter was
Yeah.
horrible. Like,
He's
run
a
the
real-
ball 3 times and you win that game.
The same thing happened against that Saints. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago when they were up against the Saints in the second half, and then I don't know if it's a coaching thing or if it's a Jackson Dart thing, but that offense just continues to either throw the ball or when they do run the ball, Jackson Dart fumbled in that Saints game and Scatterbo fumbled in that Saints game. It's just I feel like they get off to a good start and they can't find a way to close out these games, which obviously younger team, but can also point towards the head coach, which is something we might be talking about later on in the year. If they make a change there.
Yeah, our friend Greg's questioning the coaching table.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I think this kind of is exposing him because you have no excuse anymore. On the comments, Derpy Entertainment says, I didn't hear you. Sorry. And he's exited the stream. We have 0 viewers right now. Next game. Colts Chargers.
Scared away Derpy. Come on.
Who the fuck's Derpy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is just depressing because I'm going to keep betting against the Colts every week and they're just going to keep winning, I guess. Chargers I continue to bet on the Chargers and they keep losing every week. So these two teams are like the opposite in my mind right now. I will not admit that the Colts are good. So if somebody wants to, gas them up, go ahead. But I think the Chargers, they got to figure something out because they've lost a bunch in a row, or not in a row, but they've really been shaky. Had a 2-point win over the Dolphins. That's been their only win since beginning of the season. So I'm a little worried about this Chargers team.
I wouldn't gas up the Colts, but I think you have to start respecting their offense a little bit more. Number one scoring offense in the entire NFL. Granted, we've talked about the competition, and then we've also talked about the Chargers slipping up on some of these games. I was thankfully on the Colts on this one. They were a part of a couple of my money line parlays, which was nice. But I don't know. This Chargers team isn't one of the worst teams in the NFL that the Colts have been playing for the majority of the early part of the season. So I have a lot more faith in the Chargers as opposed to the other teams that they played. But definitely, we talked about it last week, how it's been a wake-up call for the Chargers for the past couple weeks. This game was probably the definition of a get-right spot, and obviously choke. Not really involved or competitive in this game at all, but interesting. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what this Chargers team is going to be like for the rest of the year. It's very difficult. They're extremely inconsistent, which you wouldn't think of with Harbaugh, but you could also look at the running back health as a part of the reason why. But I don't know. I like this Colts team. Like the mediocre competition so far.
This is the Colts' real first win.
Fair.
That I'll respect.
14-point win on the road. I mean,
yeah. Well, I don't know how much of a home advantage the Chargers have these days.
Fair. True.
Did you watch this slate, Mikey?
Some.
Okay.
How about this one?
Well, I mean, all I have in my apartment is on my TV is CBS, so I was only watching the Pats on that, and then I had phone of Red Zone, but
Okay.
yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I think Cam, you kind of encapsulated what I was saying, or what I was going to say. I'm a little more bearish on the Colts. I just don't think they're going to be legit. I think me and my roommate were watching, and I was like, I think the Colts are an automatic first round playoff team, lost no matter who they play.
Probably,
Fair. I
but
can
they
see
do
that.
have the offensive player of the year favorite.
Who,
JT.
Jonathan? Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, is JT the best running back in football?
probably this year currently.
Cam.
I don't know. I feel like it's so early on in the year, and they've played dog shit
It's
teams like we
not though.
talked
Like
about.
we're halfway through the year right now, almost.
You got 10 more weeks technically, but
I know, but like it's not like it's week 3 or 4.
fair. But I mean, we've also talked about how the Colts that was their first quote unquote real team they've played all year. Like, what happens when they start to get later on in the year? Maybe injuries happen, like probably better competition. I don't know the Colts schedule off the top of my head, but that
I
offensive player of
think
the
it's a
year could flip
cakewalk.
on its head. Really?
I think their schedule is cakewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was trying to poke holes in their schedule, and there wasn't a lot of holes to poke.
Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, KC, Houston, Jacksonville, Seattle. They
Okay,
actually got
it gets
pretty
hard
Yeah. Yeah.
after the Titans game. So we'll see. Jury's out on them for me still. I need to see more because I think the Chargers are super inconsistent, like you said, Cam.
Yeah.
Another
I
4
think
p.m.
that
game.
the Chargers are. I mean, I was on the Colts here, but I feel like a lot of people, like Joe Alt was a late scratch. Haskins got hurt early
Yeah, I
in
just
this
saw
game.
Haskins is out for next week too.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough.
They're
It's been
banged
a
up.
tough year for their health.
And
department.
Hampton's out, right? Hampton's been out
Yeah,
for the
Hampton's
past few
IR.
He's
weeks.
out for like at least 2 more weeks, I think.
Yeah. And they've lost Slater at the beginning of the year. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks when injuries affect a team that much, but
yeah.
I don't know. I got faith in Herbert. He's still top 5, so I think we'll see. But
Wow. Okay.
another game that happened at 4:00. You guys clowned me for picking the Cardinals, but I was right. They did cover the spread with Jacoby Brissett. Packers continue to be a shaky team. I don't know. I feel like similarly about the Chargers that I do the Packers, but I think the Packers are like able to win the game more often than the Chargers at this point, even if it
Yeah.
looks pretty ugly at points. But they did have that one good drive at the end, sealed this game up. I mean, not really a game that people were looking for out of the slate, but it was a game that happened, and over was a crazy one for the DOUF, but we did hit it. So that was what I was looking for out of this game, and my Packers, Super Bowl champions, got to win. So that's really all I had from this game. If Cam, if you had anything else.
Yeah, this was so not only did I live bet the Broncos when they were down late, but also the Packers were a part of that. Parlayed both of them live bet when they were both down, ended up paying out pretty huge money line. Like you said, the Cardinals are I feel like are kind of similar to the Chargers where they're extremely inconsistent. I feel like we've talked about that week over week, at least I do. And I'm just very anti Cardinals, but I feel like they looked way more consistent on offense with Jacoby as opposed to they have with Kyler. I don't know if that's something they're going to look at while Kyler's out, but I mean, like you said, the Packers kind of also similar to the Chargers, but they find a way to win. Similar to how the Bills, I feel like, have played this year, where they don't necessarily put teams away, but most of the games are obviously against the Pats. They find a way to win, which is obviously in the NFL. That's all that matters. So, going to be interesting to see what the Packers do against the spread, at least. But I'm still out on the Cardinals for the time being.
Yeah, the Cardinals are probably one of my. Well, no, I do like them to cover certain spots, but they didn't cover here. Mikey, do you have any thoughts on this one?
No, not really. Only about the Jacoby and Kyler thing and how I feel like NFL teams are starting to realize that the young athletic quarterback is good in theory,
shit.
not always in practice. And
Yeah.
like Tua, not really the athletic type, but that same sort of younger quarterback who's a high pick, who's like they've given a long rope to, and he just hasn't gotten better. Same thing with Kyler. So I think it's going to be an interesting offseason for a lot of teams in their quarterback situations.
Yeah. Interesting.
And I think
point.
it's like
I agree.
elongating older quarterbacks' careers, like Joe Flacco tearing it up, Carson Wentz being like pretty serviceable. Like it's a real thing.
Yeah, no, agreed.
You got a point. Also, the younger athlete quarterback's more likely to get hurt, like we've seen Lamar, Jaden Daniels get hurt a bunch. Interesting thought.
Even the Colts with Anthony Richardson and
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah. Well, you can't say Danny's pretty athletic. He was a scrambler.
I know. He's athletic, but he's been in the league a little bit at least.
Yeah.
Veteran presence. I don't know if it was this week or last week. Anthony Richardson just got hurt in pregame warmups. He's done for the year.
He got hurt.
Did he actually?
He broke his orbital bone with one of those stretching bands.
Jesus.
What a moron.
I saw that. I was like, what?
That would hurt.
I did not know that.
Last game of the 4 o'clock NFC East divisional matchup. Mikey, you were on the ball with this one. Cowboys get it done outright. I don't know what this Commanders team, I thought they were going to be bad, but I didn't think they were going to be this bad. I took the under 10.5. I put it up a couple wins because I thought they'd be okay. I thought they still might make the playoffs. With Jaden out, Terry out, Debo out, it's not looking great for the Washington Commanders right now. Dallas,
When did he get hurt this game?
It was mid-third quarter.
Yeah, okay.
It was already out of reach.
Yeah, this was so weird because the Broncos-Giants game was ending and this game was halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't able to catch most of it.
This was the game they had on Red Zone where they always try and close it out at the end by they're like, we can't have 2 games on at one time, but they had this game on to just be able to put any game on they wanted. CD came back, had a touchdown. Javonte has been going off. He had a touchdown. I needed Bill for the parlay on the Focus 5, but he couldn't do it. Dak looked good. Sleeper MVP candidate right now. Giants are 3-3. They're not in the worst position in the NFC. It could be a wild card team. I don't know if, we're going to be without Jaden Daniels watching football right now. Mariota's back, obviously. I don't know if you guys want to go Cowboys, good, Commanders bad, or just kind of a wash here. What'd you think?
I think it might be a little bit of both. You mentioned it earlier with the Jaden injury. You hope Mariota can carry this team to wins, but I don't know. Mikey kind of talked. I thought it was mid to late third quarter. That's why I just wanted to confirm. But even with Jaden in there, it seemed like the Cowboys were kind of handling this game. And I don't know. That was a big game for both teams in that division. Cowboys definitely take a step up. Skins take a step back, and it just keeps everybody in the mix. I know the NFC East is typically very tight, but usually you would expect. That's the problem. I feel like we have kind of the same thing that happened with CJ Stroud his rookie year, where we have these extremely high expectations for them for the remainder of the next couple of years, and it's just very difficult when you have a tougher schedule, especially in divisional games. But this Cowboys team, I've kind of been shitting on them for the majority of the year, but they definitely stepped up. Their offense has been extremely efficient. Like you said, Dak's been getting a little bit of MVP hype nationally, so going to be interesting to see how the Cowboys do for the rest of the year. But
Michael, any prevailing thoughts?
No, I think this is the Cowboys games are always going to be the highest numbers on the board for over-under lines, and I could probably bet the over on most of them. There's just when you have those 2 receivers, even before CD came back, they were still putting up numbers. Pickens has been awesome. And even last year, the Commanders defense was not very good, and they couldn't really cover anyone. They had a good run defense. They kept games or teams one-dimensional that way, but they still couldn't protect the pass. And they just got older. Marshawn Lattimore's washed, but yeah.
fair.
Okay. Weird call out, but we'll take it.
He was their huge acquisition
at
the deadline last year, and he just was bad last year, and he's still bad.
I feel like that happens to corners. Sometimes they get traded,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they're just turn into.
They get paid, and then they hit 28, and they can't run.
Yeah, sounds like another position.
Can't keep up with the young boys.
Sunday Night Football, Mac Jones in the win column once again. Pretty easy one. I think we were on 49ers.
Yeah.
Falcons have been kind of an up and down team all year. This part's the down part where it seems like I didn't watch much of this game, but the 49ers just got out to a lead, and then the Falcons weren't really able to come back in that at all. But what do you think, Cam, of this game if you watched it all?
Big game for McCaffrey. Pretty sure he had 200 plus yards from scrimmage, 2 touchdowns. Mac didn't have the greatest stat line, but he's finding a way to get Williams Purdy out. I'm pretty sure his stat line was thrown for about 60% completion and a pick, no tutties. I think it was maybe 200 yards passing. But
152.
152, yeah, obviously nothing special, but he finds a way to get the job done. I mean, I feel like we hyped up the place so much early on where it was a little obnoxious, but I feel like with Max still winning games, I feel like it still puts him in a conversation, maybe not this year, but maybe next year to get a different job, which he might not want because he fits perfectly in that Shanahan offense to win games. But I don't know. I think that's the biggest storyline right now for the Niners, other than, the fact that they're winning games without their starting quarterback. But
Yeah, I think he should stay and just become one of the best backups, and then because I feel like the system's going to be as good as it gets for him because we saw him in Jacksonville.
yeah,
I mean, it's gonna be if he goes somewhere else, it's gonna be like Darnold, go there for a year.
But he doesn't
as a
have
backup.
he doesn't have the talent of Darnold though, arm talent.
yeah.
Maybe he could be smarter than everyone else or something. But I feel like this is his perfect landing spot. He has to stay here.
I mean, they just gave Purdy the.
I know, but
bag.
that's the problem. But do you think a team's going to be you know what? I want Mac Jones as my starting quarterback.
I don't know. I mean, we've talked about Kevin O'Connell being that maybe a very small tier below that Shanahan offense, but obviously they just drafted JJ, so you got to give him time to develop and see what he has. But maybe after this year, if he does nothing, and then early on next year he's still not living up, maybe they trade for Mac Jones as a trade deadline. I don't know. I'm just curious to see how that storyline plays out. Definitely going to be several teams looking for quarterbacks, so maybe somebody will take a shot on him.
Yeah, I think as a Mac guy, I want him to stay, but it would be interesting to see him go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Anything on the Falcons this game? 3-3 now.
I feel like there's such an up and down, inconsistent team. We've talked about it kind of like the Chargers. I don't know. I feel like they're a decent team, but they can't decide what games they want to win or lose. It's just 1 week they look incredible, and the next week they lose to the Panthers by 30 points to give them their first win. So it's very weird how their whole team dynamic is. But
this is very odd looking at their schedule. Lose to the Bucs by 3, beat the Vikings by 18 with JJ.
Yeah.
16. Lose 30-0 to the Panthers, beat the Commanders by 7 with Mariota, beat
Makes
the
no
Bills by
sense.
10, and then lose to the 49ers by 10. It's
Yeah.
definitely someone I want to.
You can't track them. You have no idea what you want to do.
Betting their games just in general, because you don't know if they're going to win or lose. All right, so we had the classic double bullshit Monday night header, starting it off with the Lions and the Bucs.
It was bullshit.
Yeah.
If you're going to do the double header, do the 7:30, 8:15 one. Don't do the 10
Yeah, agreed.
start.
Yeah.
Come on. But Lions Bucs, didn't watch a lot of this game. It's caught probably the fourth quarter, and by that time it was out of hand. And it seemed like Baker was missing some throws this game, a little high. I know he had a couple.
He was not very good in this game.
A couple picks, and this kind of took him out of that MVP race, which he was one of the top 2 candidates with Mahomes coming into the week. Lions back to form after a big loss the week before to the Chiefs. So, I mean, Gibbs had that 78-yard touchdown as well. I feel like this game was pretty simple. Just the Bucs kind of ran out of steam with injuries. But if you had anything else to add, Cam, we can start with you.
I watched the beginning of the game, kind of the opposite of you, and then kind of got out of hand, especially once Evans got out. Just Lions continued to take over the game. Wasn't able to catch much of the second half, but caught the final score. Just seemed like you said, the Lions are back to form. The Bucs kind of magic. I don't want to say ran out, but it's just they're so banged up. There's only so much you can do against a team like the Lions caliber who could potentially win the NFC at this point, especially on the road. You need to be at full strength. Baker can only do so much, even though we talked about him missing throws. But I'm not I'm not out on the Bucs, but it definitely solidifies a lot of my confidence in the Lions for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think the Bucs are in a similar spot as the 49ers. They're both 5-2. The Bucs do have their quarterback, which I guess the Niners don't, but Mac's been playing well. But
Yeah.
I mean, the Bucs don't have their starting running back. They don't have their starting number 1 and 2 wide receivers right now.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. You're throwing the balls to like an old Sterling Shepard who like was not even on a roster 2 years ago.
And a
Johnson's
rookie.
Tez Johnson's looked okay. Obviously, Emeka's done pretty well, but if teams start locking in on Emeka, you're kind of running out of options there.
Yeah.
Aiden had a big day.
He did.
It was
7
sort of
catches.
a weird. I feel like the score didn't represent this game because I think if Baker he missed 2, Tez Johnson and Ibuka in the end zone, like pretty wide open, missed both of them. They turned over on downs their last 4 drives. Like I felt like this game had a chance to be a lot closer score wise. I thought this was a big miss for me because, I mean, if Baker was on today, this was a much different game.
Yeah, well, I kind of thought this would be a closer game because both these teams have played a bunch of times the past couple seasons. It's always been close, and then I guess the Lions just got the upper hand this time. But I don't know. Hopefully Baker can come back to being his entertaining self. We had one last game. It was the 10 p.m. start, which I doubt a person on this pod watched. Well, you might have watched the first half. I don't know if you watched any of this. I didn't watch a single second of this.
I watched,
I'm boycotting 10 o'clock start games.
I watched the whole first half, and the Seahawks were killing it, and the Texans were horrible, like actually terrible. They should have had 2 defensive plays. Like they should have had a safety, and they should have had a defensive touchdown in the first half, and both were referee shows to keep the Texans close in this game, and it didn't even matter. I don't know if you saw either of those 2 plays.
I didn't watch any. I didn't watch a single play from this game. I'm boycotting.
Yeah, I didn't watch a single play either. Way too late for me after an absolute bender of a weekend.
CJ Stroud got sacked on the goal line, and they called it. He was down on the inch-yard line, definitely a safety, and then he got sacked for like a backwards pass, fumble, and then the guy returning it into the end zone right at the goal line gets punched out, and then it's a touchback instead of a touchdown in the first half, and that kept the Texans sort of in it, but they were never really in it. This is a Seahawks domination.
JSN coming out party has been going on, but continues. 8 catches, 123 yards, touchdown.
I think he has like 4 games over 100 yards, and I think all 4 are like over 120 yards or something like that receiving.
He's high up there in that offense player of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been as high on him mainly just because I haven't caught as many Seahawks games, but I was able to see a few of the highlights, and I mean, Darnold's and him have a great connection. It seems like I don't know if I'm more high on the Seahawks or low on the Texans. Like that's kind of the point up where I'm at. Like, are the Texans just really falling off and they're not a good team, or the Seahawks actually just playing to what they thought the expectation would be going into the year signing Sam Darnold, or a combination of both? I don't know, but
well, you were notoriously high on this Texans team. You thought they were going to win the division.
exactly, yeah. So now it's like I'm honestly very concerned. Like I don't want to touch the Texans. Honestly, I don't want to think about them next week until they prove something to me. But it's also like I kind of got to take into account like maybe the Seahawks team is actually good. I mean, what are they, 5-2 or 4-2 now? I mean,
5-2, yeah.
Yeah, their defense is nasty too.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're a West Coast team and I haven't caught many of their games, but I don't know. I have to pay more attention to them, honestly. But
yeah, they are always on in like weird spots. I mean, they had the one Thursday night game, but besides that, they've been kind of like that like 4 o'clock game that people forget about, or like 10 o'clock start Sunday night or Monday night. All right, so that was week 7. Time for week 8 in a game that kicks off in about 25 hours. We have the Minnesota Vikings heading to the Chargers, 2 very inconsistent teams. Hate this game to start us out, but the Chargers are 3 points in LA. Cam, as our spread picks leader, take us away. Your pick for Vikings at Chargers -3.
You mentioned it, 2 very similar teams when it comes to the fact that they have shown to be extremely inconsistent. It sounds like on a short week, the Vikings are going with Carson Wentz or Carl Wentz, however you want to pronounce his name. But
Carl,
as you mentioned, Carl. So in this spot, 2 inconsistent teams. I think the Chargers, after getting blown out, due for a get-right spot at home. I think 3 we've kind of talked about is more, do you expect this team to win? I'm going with the Chargers -3 here.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers as well. It's just like I'm already on this train, so I might as well keep going and just wait till the wheels fall off. I don't know. I think this is going to be a really weird game. I could see it also being like low scoring, kind of a boring game.
Did either of you
Ultimately,
pick them as the under for the DOUF? I was thinking about that was one of my considerations.
no, Mikey
but
picked something out of this game. I think he picked.
he picked the
What?
Bucks Saints.
I picked the
think,
Chargers as the favorite.
Yeah, so Mikey's got the Chargers
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
Got it.
I don't know. I trust the coach more. I trust the quarterback more. Vikings have better weapons and maybe a slightly better defense, but I think when it comes down to it, the Vikings will win this game. I mean, the Chargers win this game. And then if you're going to win, it's most likely going to be more than 3 points. Maybe like a 24-20 win for the Chargers, something like that. What do you think, Mikey? Well, you were picking Chargers, but what was your analysis?
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers here. Like you said, trust the quarterback coach combo more. And even though, I mean, more trust the quarterback more. Carl has been good and serviceable, but
He hasn't been good. Serviceable, yeah.
good and serviceable.
No, just serviceable.
And yeah, I think the Chargers need to get back on the good side of their fan base and the public.
Of being an actual good team.
Yeah, and this is a good spot to do it. Everyone watching Thursday night.
Fair.
I actually barely watched Thursday night.
Yeah, I didn't.
But like, I know you're saying prime time. That is a good point. But I feel like I've actually been really good at picking. I think the only Thursday night game I missed was the Giants over the Eagles.
I think I've only missed one too.
But I just don't watch it. Like I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna like go about my Thursday night, and then if the game's good, I'll turn it on. But yeah, so all in the Chargers, starting off with Team Ride. Team Ride worked out well last week. We'll see how it goes this week. Commenter in the chat, William Kaufman, our number one fan from the NBA stream last night, is back. It says Brooklyn. Did the Nets play tonight? Probably. I think everyone plays tonight besides the teams who play that show. They do, because Igor Demon is on my fantasy team. Moving ahead, so no international game this week. Thank everything, because I hate the international games. No Thursday games, no international games, no Monday night games starting at 10 p.m.
The Nets are already losing 1-0.
1-0.
Yep.
One Sunday night game, maybe a Monday night game, and then if you really want to get fancy, you can do a Thursday and then Saturday late in their season. But no international game. We're here. Bills, Panthers. Panthers starting Red Rocket at home. 4-3 Panthers. Going against the Bills up the bye week. I'll start this one out. I mean, I already said what I was going to pick as my favorite. I'm taking the Bills -7. I think the Bills have had time to figure it out on the bye week, and the Panthers, they've kind of had these weird wins. But if you look at the teams that they beat, they've really not done that much and accomplished that much, in my opinion. I guess the Cowboys win's like somewhat impressive now, but I just think the Bills are going to come out here and prove that they are one of the best teams in the NFL, smash the Panthers. I'm seeing like a 41-20 game. Bills win. Michael, your thoughts on this one?
I love the 41-20 exact score bet that you're going to put down.
Could win a lot of money if it happens.
Yeah, I got the Bills off the bye. I don't love that it's Andy Dalton because last year came in with Bryce hurt and won 2 games in a row. I think.
I feel like he did okay, but then he became crap again.
Yeah, but those first games, you know,
he didn't do much against the Jets.
Well, that wasn't a start. Big difference.
Right.
But yeah, Bills coming off a bye. It's time for them to show people that Josh Allen still actually cares about football and not just that he's getting married soon. And yeah, Bills by 1 million.
Cam?
Yeah, I think we're going back-to-back team rides here. I might alt spread this to -14. Bills off of a bye, like you mentioned.
Wait, so
and I feel like
can you explain this logic that you always do of the alt spread? Why wouldn't you just do -13.5?
Well, no, I would. It's kind of like Mikey's saying Bills -1 million. Like it's the same thing. But I mean, for the sake of the pod, Bills -7. I think the Panthers need the fucking wake up call that they deserve. I mean, having them be 4-3, can't see them playing the Bills close. I think Josh Allen has a breakout game, maybe 1 to 2 touchdowns rushing. punch him in the mouth. Maybe Josh sits in the entire fourth quarter, but I can't even see the Panthers making this a game.
In Carolina, will you be in the building?
No, I will not be in the building. 1 o'clock game. We got the Pats on.
Okay.
Duh.
All right. Well, starting out with one of 2 New York teams back to back is the New York Giants heading to Philadelphia this time. We saw them play this exact game a couple weeks ago. I think this is one of the shortest rematches in division this year. Eagles this time at home get 7.5. I think they were 7 on the road in the Thursday night game.
Mhm.
Michael, we'll start with you. Is it redemption time for the Eagles to smash mouth, or is Jackson Dart going to be able to cover again against this Eagles team?
I think Jackson Dart covers again against this Eagles team. I don't love it. I just really, you can't. For me, the past 2 years, I haven't been able to trust the Eagles against the spread, and they just have duds all the time. Like they lost to the Jets when they were undefeated last year or 2 years ago. Like I don't know. It just and the Giants, like they're feisty. You never know with them. Like they could score 12 points a game, or they could score 35 and make this a shootout. Yeah, taking the Giants.
Cam?
I don't know. I think that last loss was demoralizing for that Giants team. And
Yeah,
going
that's
on the
something I
road.
was gonna say. Also, that's
Yeah,
the
going
only
on
pause I have.
Stolen
going
valor.
and then fought like after absolutely choking that game away, going into the Super Bowl, the defending Super Bowl champions place, divisional matchup on the road. I can't see this being close at all. I like the Eagles a lot minus a 7.5. I think this might be the kind of downfall of Dable and start losing games, and then from there they start looking at potential new head coaches. I don't know if they'd wait till the end of the year or not, but I don't know. I just feel like the Giants after that loss, it's going to be tough for them to gain any sort of confidence in that entire team. So
Yeah. I have a tied break. I'm leaning with you, Cam. I just think, I don't know, this could be, I think it's like the straw that breaks the camel's back for the Giants. Like you had a nice run, but they have a bunch of injuries. Eagles look to be back to form. I just don't see the Giants being this like competitive team. They have a really tough schedule where they got to go in the gauntlet. And additionally, that loss a couple weeks ago, that's gonna be on the Eagles' mind. Like we can't lose to this fucking Giants team 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
So I loved it at 7. Honestly, all these games in the 1 p.m. slate are 6.5, 7, besides one game. But
yeah,
we'll see where we go in each game. But I trust so far the favorites to get this done. I think the Eagles and the Bills are kind of in a similar spot where it's like we got to show them who we are and just beat up on inferior competition. So I got the Eagles winning this game by more than 7.5 points. Next game, the New York Jets head to Cincinnati. We kind of touched on some aspects of this game. Jets only plus 6.5. Michael, do we have a status update on Tyrod versus Justin Fields, who will be starting for the Jets?
Aaron Glenn said he knows who the starter will be, but he's not telling anyone.
Okay, so probably Tyrod Taylor because we saw him. He is hurt. Cam, we'll start with you this game. Jets at Bengals. What do you think here?
I don't think it necessarily matters, honestly. Maybe I'd be a little bit more nervous with Tyrod just for a more consistent passing game, but I don't know. The Bengals look pretty good with Joey Flacco at the helm now. Minus 6.5, I can see them winning by at least a touchdown this game at home. I think I talked about it last week or maybe several weeks in a row. I don't think I'm going to take the Jets against the spread until they show me something. And I feel like that's worked relatively well so far. So I'm going to continue that logic going with the Bengals here, minus the points.
So I would like to just fade the Jets. However, I think this is the Jets' spot, especially if Tyrod starts.
Okay.
I mentioned it. I mentioned it. Low scoring game. It's going to be under. The Jets have, the Jets are 0-7. That is a fact. But they have covered the spread in certain spots. I think the Bengals riding high off that win over the Steelers. It's like long week. I think a lot of people are going to be betting the Bengals. So I think this might be a chaos week. That's kind of where I'm going with this one. But I think this could be a Jets like Bengals kind of wait to the last minute shootout. And I'm talking like a 13-13 shootout. Jets defense has been good, I feel like. Like they haven't let up a lot of points recently. Yeah. So I'll take the Jets cover the 6.5. Just hope that it's a low scoring game and we win some money. Michael, I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm on the Bengals here. I almost picked this
That's
as my
good for me
over.
because every time you pick the Jets, they don't cover.
I almost picked this as my over in the DOUF. I think this is going to be
That's crazy.
a high scoring game. Bengals have not been able to stop anybody. And if Tyrod is the quarterback, I think they will be able to move the ball. Jets haven't scored a touchdown in 2 weeks, so that's
They're
definitely a
due.
tough thing to pick an over
Jets
on.
are
But
definitely a team that's due for something. At any point.
but yeah, I think Tyrod's gonna start. I don't
That's
know.
much better for me.
I think
I'd rather
that's
have
not
Tyrod if I'm
good
betting
for
the
you.
Jets.
Oh,
You'd rather
yeah.
you think Justin Fields?
I
has a better
thought you
chance
were
of covering
saying
the
for
spread?
the. I thought you were saying for the under. You'd
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
have
yeah.
Tyrod, but
Well, either way, I win because if Justin Fields starts, I'll feel good about the under. If Tyrod starts, I'll feel good about the Jets covering this game. Boom.
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 Okay. So, comment from the chat. Is Boston guy going with the Four Loco tonight, Cam? I think he's talking about you. Cam is actually from Charlotte. He thinks you're from Boston. The other guest we had a couple weeks ago is from Boston. This Cam's from Charlotte, originally from Rhode
No,
Island.
yeah. Unfortunately, no Quattros. In Florida is where I'm currently staying for the rest of the week, going into the weekend. But we're going with our third sponsor, Cayman Jack Margarita Variety Pack. This one's the watermelon flavor, crisp, smooth taste. You can thank Dub for reaching out to them directly and providing me with the
I'm
nice
doing
little 12
door-to-door
pack.
marketing. In between streams, I fly out to the headquarters of all these places and secure handshake sponsorships.
Yep. Yeah,
True.
the Dubcast is for real.
What's our
Continue
second
to subscribe.
sponsorship with Four Loco?
Well, I think the OG was the Three Wishes bottles of wine that we had from Whole Foods last year.
That's
And
true.
then
Yeah.
the second
point.
we graduated to the Quattros, and now our third Cayman Jack Margarita Variety Pack. So
Okay. And we also rep Miller Lite, but we're not sponsored by them.
yeah, we're just supporting of them.
Yeah, we just support them. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hometown team time. Well, we had the Jets. It's time to get to the Patriots. Patriots -7 in New England against the Browns. I'll start this one out. I love that the Browns won last week. This is an easy spot to just take the Pats again, -7. Should be an interesting game where the Browns have a good defense. We'll see if the Pat it's kind of a trap game over and over again for the Pats just because their schedule is so easy, especially at home now after a couple weeks on the road. But I think the Pats can cover the spread. Dylan Gabriel, jury's out. He's not bad, like you guys say. But he's
I never said that. I said I
Mikey
don't think
said he was
bad.
bad. Mike, you wanted to kick him out of NFL after 2
Then
weeks.
don't say they. Say Mikey.
Because he wants Shadurin as soon as possible.
I don't think I ever said that. First of
You
all,
said-
I think I
don't-
was saying that rookie quarterbacks are bad in general.
You said Dylan Gabriel specifically is bad. You said Dylan Gabriel is bad.
All
Those words
right.
left your mouth.
Currently, he is bad
Okay.
because he's a rookie quarterback.
What about Jane Daniels last year? NFC Championship.
Bad,
Jackson Dart.
bad.
Cam Ward.
Terrible.
No, I'm taking the Pats though. I just think they can get this done. I mean, they've covered. I feel like they've covered when they have been. Or they've covered just every game almost, pretty much.
Yep.
Besides the Steelers game, I think they've covered. So.
I think they
What?
didn't cover the Steelers. I think they covered every game except the Steelers.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. So yeah, I think this is an easy spot for the Pats. -7. Browns coming out off a win, so it's kind of a letdown spot for them. I got the Pats -7. Michael.
Yeah, I'm also on Pats. I didn't really have much to add. You kind of said it.
Cam. I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll pick the Browns to be a differing.
No.
You've always
no.
been.
I don't think I've ever picked against the spread on the Pats. You kind of talked about it. Might be able to, I don't like using the word trap game, but obviously the Pats have won 4 in a row, 3 of them being on the road. I think the coming back from the road trip might give them a little bit more comfort, which makes me a little nervous, especially with this Browns defense being one of the better ones in the entire league. But at the flip side of that, I think this is a get-right spot for the Pats defense to prove that they don't need to get off to a slow start, going up against arguably the worst offense in the league. You come out hot, you keep Drake in better situations like short fields, get points when you can, even though it might be just field goals. But he might be a part of my focus 5 as we talk about that later. It's going to be interesting to see how he reacts with Myles Garrett on the other side. But yeah, I like the Pats here at home -7. The over-under is a little funky. I honestly don't mind the under, even though it's one of the lowest unders of the
What is it,
entire.
like 40.5?
Yeah, 40.5. But I mean, I just don't see how many points this Browns team can put up. But that's something, maybe for a later segment. But I like the Pats team ride here -7.
Okay. What was I going to say? I forget. We have comments from the chat. Some campaign has been pushed into the world. Vote Shadur for Rookie of the Month. We had that last week, so we'll see. Does Shadur Sanders get into this game?
I don't think it gets that wide of a margin or if Gabriel plays that. I mean, I feel like Gabriel would have to throw 2 picks and it's at least a 21-point game for Shador to get in my opinion. But I feel like he's probably not going to play for at least the next month, if at all, this year. But
I don't think he plays at all.
yeah,
Okay.
I can't see that happening.
A more off-topic question: who would win a potato sack race amongst you three, and how much would you be willing to bet on it? Cam, you're a big gambler on random things.
I would lean Dubby. The only problem is the height. I don't know. I was gonna say the height might be a factor. Like if the arms can reach the top of the bag, which is dependent upon the bag length.
You'd have
I don't
to get
know.
a bigger bag.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. I've never thought about that. That's a great question from whoever that rando is. But I don't know if you
He's
guys
not a
have any.
rando. He's my
I don't
boy.
know. I can't read. The thing is so small on my phone.
Sorry, I can read it out next time. I think I would win. I think I'd be the odds-on favorite, but it would be between me and Cam. But I think I'm the fastest in the group, so I think I'd
Yeah,
win.
there's no shot I win that.
Yeah, Mikey's got metal in his leg, bro. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Mikey's
That's
got
tough.
fake
I'm
legs.
fake.
I'm fake.
Calling me a rando like I've not carried this chat for weeks. I defended your honor, Cam. Can you see the names?
I can't read.
This is the one guy you liked in the chat from either last week or 2 weeks ago.
Who is it?
He's my friend from school.
Can I get a
Bill.
name?
William Kaufman.
Okay. Sorry,
Bill.
William. I can't read your name on the
Do
screen.
they call
It's too
him
small.
Bill?
No, they call him Michael Rappaport. Next game, we have Dolphins, Falcons. Falcons -7.5. Michael, I believe it's your turn to kick us off here. What do you think? Falcons up and down season. Dolphins mostly down season. What do you think?
Yeah, gross. Hated it. All of it.
This slate is actually really bad.
Yeah.
It was not good. I take the Falcons here. I don't really love it because, like, it's picking the Falcons. They are coming off a bad loss, which is good for picking the Falcons, I feel like, because they're up and down team. But I would never pick the Dolphins against anyone. I don't think so. Yeah,
Okay.
Falcons.
Cam?
Couldn't agree more. Falcons coming off a bad loss, even though the Dolphins have as well, but much more faith in the Falcons as an organization as opposed to this Dolphins shit show that's going on right now. I don't like the hook at 7.5, but I don't know. I don't mind it when they're at home. So give me the Falcons -7.5.
Chaos week continues. I'm taking the Dolphins +7.5. I think there's a chance we get to Sunday morning and Quinn Ewers is starting this game, which would help. I don't think there's a high chance right now, but I think Mike McDaniel still has this job and he's going to do enough to just keep getting the job. Like right when it's about to get to the brink, he pulls off a cover spot here. Also, the Falcons don't really blow teams out. Like I feel like they always win by 7 to 10 points. So if the Dolphins can just get the ball last, what
Did
Have they
blow out
paid?
the
Have they?
Bills?
They won by 2 scores. They won by 14.
Have they played a team as bad as
more
the
than
Dolphins?
7.5.
You got this isn't what's the word I'm looking for? This isn't like you can't connect the teams like that. You have to look at each individual spot.
It's a circular round thing.
No.
All I have to
Transitive
say
property?
is my sleeper rookie of the year pick just entered the game.
Okay, so we're
Mohamed
gearing up to
Diawara.
NBA.
All right.
All right, so he's got the Knicks on. He's watching the Knicks, so we're good. We can go all night.
Yeah.
No, I think the Dolphins can cover here, though. At 7.5 is a lot, and there's a lot of 7s in this game. I just don't trust a Falcons team to cover more than 7 points. I think that's way too many points in this game. If it was like 4.5, I'd take the Falcons. If it was 5.5, I'd take the Falcons. Even 6.5, I'd take the Falcons. 7.5, that's too high for me. I'm taking the Dolphins. Next game, another basically touchdown, is the Bears versus the Ravens. Cam, what do you think? Ravens, Lamar looks to be back. I mean, you're taking a big gamble in this game because Lamar was back at practice this Wednesday. Wednesday practice is usually a good indicator, so it looks like Lamar Jackson will be back. Bears have been hot.
I think so. I'm honestly going to lean the Bears plus the points here, hoping that Lamar doesn't play. But even if he does, it's his first week back after several weeks off of an injury. Maybe that rest obviously did him well and he can explode back on the scene at like that MVP caliber player he is. But I'm honestly just hoping that he doesn't play. And if he does play, he's not 100% himself. So I'm going with maybe a little bit hot Bears team here. Plus 6.5. Also, this Ravens team is banged up outside of Lamar Jackson. So their defense has not looked great all year, but I don't know. I don't love the hook. I wish it was 7.5. I might buy it up to a point on game day, but for the sake of the pod, I'll take the Bears plus 6.
Well, game day, it might be a completely different line if Lamar.
Very true. Yeah, very true. But we'll see when we get closer to game time. But for now, we'll take the Bears plus 6.5.
Yeah, the spread made no sense to me when I initially saw it, so I'm taking the Ravens minus 6.5. Bears are too hot right now. I feel like they're due for a downfall at some point. I feel like last year we were high on the Bears, and then, well, like people in general were high on the Bears, and they started a little losing streak. I don't trust the Bears to go into Baltimore on Lamar's like return week, or the Ravens. The Ravens are basically turning into the Bengals last year, where they have to win every single game. So I think the Ravens come out. I think, well, to tease my focus 5, I think the rushing game will be strong this game. They get back to basics, just pound the rock against the Bears, kick them out of town, and win by at least a touchdown. And we're all talking about the Ravens being a sneaky team to make it back to the playoffs, even though people are already kind of talking about that. But I got the Ravens minus 6.5. Michael?
I'm sticking with Cam here, taking the Bears. I picked it assuming that Lamar would not play. And obviously, but then seeing him in practice today, I feel like that's fine. He won't look the same. It usually takes people a week, 2 weeks to get back. And the Bears are coming in hot. They're probably too high. I think the Ravens
Underdogs
win this game. But the Bears being 4-3 feels, or being 5-2 after this week, if they win, feels wrong. So still taking the Bears, just closer game.
Okay. 49ers, Texans, the one game that is actually a close spread or less than a touchdown. I'm probably going to continue the train of picking by myself. I'm going to take the Texans minus 1.5. Haven't watched a lot of Texans this year, but I just think this is a spot where,
based on your pick.
Nah, I mean, I've been a Mac guy through and through. I don't know who's starting every week. I check my fantasy team. It says Brock Purdy is projected to get points. Then by either Saturday afternoon or Friday afternoon, he's out. So who knows who's starting for the 49ers? It's a guessing game at this point. There's no point in speculating on it. I think the Texans at home must win, and the 49ers are riding high, 5-2. I think their injuries and everything that's gone on with their team is a little too much. I think the Texans win this game, and this might be my hard stop with the Texans. If they get blown out again or lose by more than a touchdown or two, and be like, all right, they're just not a good team this year. But I still have faith that the Texans can do something. I think they win this game. So at the spread, I'm taking the Texans. Michael?
49ers, taking them. I don't know how they're underdogs in this game, honestly, after watching the Texans the past couple weeks. They cannot protect CJ for shit, and 49ers are going to get after him. Nico has been good, but not great, and him being basically the only receiver on their team is not going to work in the long run, and is definitely not working in the short term. I think this is a low-scoring game, but the 49ers ride CMC like they did last week and just take care of clock and win 20-13 or something like that.
Okay. Cam?
Yeah. Both of you make valid arguments. This was my least favorite game to pick, honestly, because to Dub's logic, seems like the perfect get right spot for the Texans. Must win. 49ers coming off of a win, even though they're banged up, kind of maybe a letdown spot on the road. But I'm eventually just going to have to go with Mikey. Dub mentioned this might be his hard stop with the Texans. I think that was mine last week. And I'm just going to go with the Niners here, whether it's Mac or Brock. I think Mac, like we've talked about, has found a way to not only keep this team in games, but then find a way to win them late down the stretch. McCaffrey coming in to that MVP or best running back caliber player that he is. I think the wrong team is favored here, even though they're on the road. So I'm going to go with the Niners plus the points.
Alrighty. We head to New Orleans. Bucks, Saints. I already gave my pick on this one. Saints plus 4.5. Gave the reasonings. Mikey, what do you think?
I'm taking the Bucks. I think they.
One-man army this week.
Yeah, jeez.
I think that they have too much winning like in their bones and in their blood to lose a game against this bad of a football team.
But you think that went
And-
more than 4 points?
Yeah, because I don't think the Saints score more than 13. And yeah, I think even with their guys out on offense, they'll be able to piece it together. I think Baker has a big get back game because he was not good in their Monday night game.
Who's he throwing to?
Tez is a dog. Tez was open all day, and Baker
Who's going to
just couldn't
cover
hit him.
anybody on the Bucks too? Like it's a very different defense than the Lions.
The guys they pay over the salary cap every year for.
No, that's
The
Derek
Saints?
Carr, and he's retired.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara is covering guys on the
Yeah.
Yes.
Respect.
You watch.
Every time Rattler throws a pick, technically, yeah, he's having to wrap him up.
He's gonna get a lot of tackles this week.
Yeah, taking the Bucks.
I'm right
Damn,
with you,
you're not
Mikey.
good.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm right with him. I think this is a huge bounce back spot, not just for Baker, but the entire team. I don't think the Saints defense is anywhere near the caliber of the Lions defense. I know it's a little weird divisional matchup, NFC South, but I think Baker we've talked about it ad nauseum, the head coach quarterback combo, even though it's on the road, 4.5 seems short, even though they're extremely banged up. Give me the Bucks minus the points here.
I think this could be one of the biggest square weeks in history, or it's going to be chaos week. So we'll have to see what happens. You guys are rolling all
this week is
favorites.
Chalk.
I know I told you before that I'm kind of feeling the favorites this week, which is scaring me, but
All right.
I feel like we know who
Question.
these teams are at this point, though.
yeah, true.
Question from the chat: is Spencer Rattler actually decent?
No.
He's not like 0-13 or whatever he started at bad, but he's not good.
I don't think
Define
I don't
what's-
think he's decent.
that middle of the road
Top
quarterback.
20?
No.
He's
Top
probably
25.
like 23
No.
or 24.
No.
I
Go
think
through the
he's
list.
closer to like 28, 29. But
Maybe.
I
Could
agree.
be.
I don't think I have him top 25. I don't even know if he's top 30.
yeah, exactly.
Is he better than Zach Wilson?
I don't think Zach Wilson's he's not a starter.
He is better than Zach Wilson. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Yo, Freeland, what's up? Like a low tier starter is the definition. I mean,
How
he
many
is.
other teams would he start on?
The
The
Titans.
Jets. Well, the Titans. It's situationally like the Titans wouldn't starting their number 1 overall pick.
He's not a number 1 overall pick.
He was.
Nah, he ain't a number 1 overall pick.
I mean, it's like if you're doing the question marks, you have to. I don't know if you're taking situations or just guys you'd rather have. Like, would you rather take Spencer Rattler or Jacoby Brissett right now?
Jacoby.
Brisket.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're struggling to find one team. It was the Jets. That's it.
Yo.
28 to 29 is decent in the NFL world. I mean, in theory, I guess.
All
Kaufman, what's up? Sex you. I don't know what that means. Continuing on. A team we love to talk about, the Tennessee Titans, heading to another team, the Indianapolis Colts, biggest spread on the board. Cam, we'll start it with you.
Automatic, take the Colts minus the points. This should not even. I get it's a divisional game, but it's in Indianapolis. Titans look like dog shit. I mean, Pats absolutely embarrassed them, even though they didn't even play that great in the first half or in the fourth quarter. Still won by 18 points. Colts have a better record than the Pats. I feel like they have the highest scoring offense in the entire league right now. The Titans defense looks atrocious. Jeffrey Simmons left the game early. He might not even play. I haven't looked at the injury report. So hammer the Colts
You're not
here.
looking at the Titans injury report?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, you're not, I'm saying.
No, I'm not. You don't even have to. The whole team could be on injury report, and they might have a better defense picking them up off the street. So I'm going to go with the Colts minus 14 here.
As per tradition and rule of the podcast, I always take the biggest spread. I'm taking the Titans plus 14. I have to fade the Colts. It's just something I'm going to do every week, and it happens
Have
to be against
fun.
the worst.
It's worked well for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has once, I think. Have they covered every game?
The Titans? I don't think the Titans have covered a single game.
No, the Colts. The Titans
Oh.
covered.
Titans covered one. Titans
They
covered
did.
The
one.
Colts have covered at least 5 or 6.
Against the Dolphins, they definitely covered. Against the Broncos, yeah, they probably covered every game.
They covered
No,
last. Yeah, they might have.
They did, when they lost the Rams, was that 7.5? I don't think it was 7.5. So they probably covered every game except they won. Well, no, they didn't cover against the Cardinals. They only won by 4. So Titans plus 14, biggest spread on the board. I'm taking it. It's, Titans are semi-banned on my list, but I haven't got there yet. Calvin Ridley is back this week. DK looks pretty good for the Titans against the Pats those first 2 drives. Get the combination of him, Io Manor, and Ridley going. You're really talking about something. Tony Pollard.
Who are you talking about? This Titans team sucks. Cam Ward sucks. The receiving core sucks. They don't have an O-line. They have no running game. But yeah, let's take them plus 14 on the road.
Well, they granted Tyler Lockett his release this week, so maybe that could free up some tension in the locker room. I like this Titans team plus 14.
Yep, that's going to
Tension
make
in the
a huge
locker
difference. Yeah.
Michael?
I'm dead. Yeah, I got the Colts here. I feel like this could be over before the first quarter is over.
That should be scary for you.
No, it's going to be 21-0 in the first quarter, and they're just going to coast. Do you think the Titans are scoring 15 points in this game? I don't.
Yes.
This was marked over. I don't really agree with it because it was a super high number. I think this is Colts score all of the points in this game.
Yeah. I might bet shutout. No cap.
Colts win 13-0.
I
They
mean,
cover.
I think the Titans are. I don't want to say anything. I
Yeah,
think they
stop.
score. I think they score points on in the first quarter a decent bit.
Something to monitor.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Cowboys and Broncos. This will be probably America's game of the week, considering this 4:00 slate is actually very weak. Is there only 3 games and one of them's Colts Titans?
Yep.
Wow, we are really saying fuck you to the 4:00
Grasping at
slate.
straws here.
Spencer Rattler is involved in the second most intriguing game out of the slate. I'm going to start this game out. I'm taking the Cowboys plus 3.5. I think, Mikey, you had them as your dog. I do like them to cover the spread. I think it's going to be a high-scoring-ish game. I haven't trusted the Broncos to blow teams out all year. I feel like the wins they have that one over the Colts off some Fugazi bull. Last week against the Giants, it was a crazy win. Nice win for everyone who bet them, but Fugazi as fuck. They're not a team who covers, and even if 3.5, I love the hook. I'm taking the Cowboys. Michael, we already got your pick, but if there's anything you want to add on that.
Yep, taking the Cowboys. Broncos do have a very good defense, but I don't think they have enough people to stop this Cowboys offense.
Okay.
Team right on this one. I think it was an extremely emotional win. Yeah, extremely emotional win for the Broncos.
Well,
last
it's
week.
either been me against both you guys or team ride.
All right, Cam, take the Broncos.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not changing my picks for that. Emotional win for the Broncos last week. I think it's kind of due for a letdown spot, especially against the Cowboys, who kind of dominated against the Skins, going in with a lot of confidence. Obviously, their offense is kind of humming right now. I might like this game outright, but at least, I mean, with the hook, I love it even more. So give me the points, 3.5 for the boys.
I just remember one of my Focus 5. You guys are going to love it. Broncos stink. True or false?
I
I
wouldn't
think
say
that's
sting.
false.
Yeah,
I think
define
that's false.
sting.
They're very good, but super inconsistent. And I think what's his face? Bo Nix is like the poster child for like Baker syndrome.
I was going to
Like
use the word mid to describe them.
he's Baker on the Browns. Like he'll do
Fair.
like cool
I
stuff.
love that actually.
He'll do cool stuff and like be electric sometimes, but also just so bad other times.
Okay. Comments in the chat. Freeland, MTSU needs you. Go back there and build a dynasty. Not sure what that's a reference.
Yeah, who
Jokes
gives
in the
a
chat.
shit?
Packers, Steelers. Steelers -3. The return of Aaron Rodgers. I think this is the first time he's playing against the Packers. He didn't play against the Packers and the Jets, right, Mikey?
You mean Steelers +3, right?
Yeah, Steelers +3. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're good.
So we'll start with you, Mikey. Your guy, Aaron Rodgers.
Will lose by more than 3 points.
Nice.
I think the Packers defense, including Micah Parsons, stepped up big last week, and I think they'll build on it. Aaron Rodgers looked pretty spry last week, but against the worst defense in the league, he was able to move around in the pocket, get out of the pocket, make some throws on the run. He's not going to be able to do that with Micah Parsons on his heels. And I think this is a big game for the Packers more than it is for the Steelers, because the Steelers, I feel like they're riding high. They have a good record. They can afford to lose a game or two here.
Just
but
did
the
lose
Packers,
last week on Thursday night.
Yeah, a game or two.
Or two. We'll
Or
take the
two.
2, please.
Yeah, so Packers.
Cam, you're nodding your head in agreement?
Yep, I'm going with the Packers here -3. I feel like the Steelers they've been hovering, I feel like, and haven't really been beating great competition. And I feel like the Packers are one of the better teams overall, but they also haven't been living up to the hype. But I feel like they're definitely better than a lot of the teams they have either beat or lost to. As you can see, last week they lost to the Bengals in prime time. Could be a weird prime time spot again for them, even though they're at home. I like the Packers to cover the 3, at least, maybe even a touchdown. But at least for this sake, I'll take the Packers -3.
Yep, team ride. I'm on the Packers, Super Bowl team. I think the Steelers are a little bit fraudulent as well. I don't trust the Packers too much on the road, but I'm not trusting the Steelers to cover 3. I just feel like, I don't know, the narrative kind of sets up for the Steelers to win with like Aaron being like, fuck you, but I don't know if he has that left in him or he's kind of gone with the wind and is on his ayahuasca trips now and doesn't care that much anymore. We'll see.
I think the Jets buffer has kind of made it a little bit less of that important.
Animosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also had the revenge game against the Jets. So
Yeah.
World tour for Aaron Rodgers against his 2 former teams this season. But I like the Packers. They're 1-1-1 away. So we'll see what happens. But better team, maybe better quarterback, better weapons.
I think better quarterback. Yeah.
Better defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday night. Should be a good game, though. I actually probably will tune in for most of this game. Monday night, Commanders and Chiefs. Interesting matchup because the president's called the commander-in-chief. I just realized that. 12.5 points. Looks like it's Mariota. Jane Daniels is out. Chiefs, usually we didn't trust them a lot to cover big spreads. That was traditionally our thing last year. This year, though, they just beat the Raiders 31-0. So are we back on that train? Cam, we'll start with you. What do you think?
I would normally see the spread with the Chiefs in primetime go against them, but I'm not hopping on the Mariota train as I did his first start. I really like the Chiefs -12.5, especially with their second week with all their weapons back, pending obviously any midweek injuries, but they looked extreme. Yeah, I mean, longer week. I don't know, but after one day, but I don't know. I feel like
one more day to get arrested.
Yeah, I feel like this Chiefs team is going to start really picking up to being what they used to be a couple years ago, where they were more offensive dominant and led, as opposed to relying on their defense to keep them in games and then just win the game late. But I don't know. Mikey kind of talked about it earlier with the Skins getting a lot older on defense, and I feel like this Chiefs team is after just 1 week with all their weapons, they're kind of tough to bet against. So even though 12.5 is the second biggest spread, I'm going to take them here.
They're tough to bet against, but not for me. I'm taking the Commanders. My guy Mariota, I made the prime mistake of not betting with Mariota that first game. I lost money on that. I don't know. I think Commanders are still a decent team. I don't know if Terry's supposed to play or Debo's supposed to play, but this is prime time. You're going to get blown out of prime time. When's the last prime time blowout we've seen this season? Never. 12.5 should be easy money. Michael, your pick.
Yep, I'm with both of you taking the Chiefs here.
I'm taking the Commanders, man.
Oh, sorry, my fault. I'm paying attention.
Yeah, totally.
taking the Chiefs here. Commies, I don't see it. Old and slow, and I mean, good for them if they can cover this, but I don't think there's any shot in them winning this game. I think the Chiefs go up and down the field on them. And I don't really see the Commanders' offense without a lot of their weapons injured and or traded hanging with them.
They had a really bad loss this week, so get back spot, Commanders. Comments in the chat. Kaufman, you're a soccer guy. Tune into Big Ten Network Friday night, 8 p.m. to watch number 4 Maryland. No. Might be watching Sam Money Merrill come to Barclays to take on the Nets with Naka. If we don't go, then I will tune in. Mikey, NBA guy, any thoughts on Sam, quote-unquote, Money Merrill?
No.
Okay.
I didn't understand a single word in that one comment, by the way.
You should get Danny Tal and the call for that.
Is
Here's
this kid a
something-
Nets fan, though? That's like
Here-
really embarrassing.
Here's
Because
a Jets fan calling someone else embarrassing.
being a Nets fan is so much worse than being a Jets fan.
Yeah.
No comment. No comment.
What about being a
Is he
Jets
also
fan?
a Jets fan, though? Because Nets Jets.
No, he's Giants, I think. Cam,
Yeah.
you like to take the alternate lines. Chiefs minus 20 alternate line. Your thoughts?
No. I think
Too much.
12.5, if not 13.5, is perfect. Nothing more than that.
All right. So this is where we're usually joined by our DOUF boys. They were early on in the stream, so we will be skipping over that segment. You can catch the replay if you want to see their segment. Extended segment this week with them for sure.
Yeah, very extended.
Time for the Focus 5. So last week we had a midweek where Mikey, you gained plus 1.36 units. Cam, you gained 0.29 units, and I lost 0.36 units. So Cam, you are still our loser so far, losing almost 5 units. Give us some picks. Win us money back. You're at minus 4.48 units. Go ahead.
I'm actually feeling a little bit more confident with my moneyline parlays, at least that I've been picking for personal use. So I kind of did a little bit more research earlier on in the week, and I found some that I liked. First one, 3. I think it's all 1 o'clock.
Do you need odds on these?
No, I got them all.
Okay.
So Falcons, Bucks, Packers money line plus 184. We picked all of those. At least I picked all 3 of those. I think Mikey did as well. I don't know. I think Dub picked the Dolphins to cover, but maybe as a Falcons money line. But those 3 I really like. Second one, we're going to do, obviously, we always do a Pats parlay. Pats money line. I love Drake anytime touchdown. I know they're going to focus a lot on him not to run the ball, but I don't think he's going to be able to help it when you have Myles Garrett coming from one side, and he's been prone to not throw the ball away and try and scramble out of the pocket, whether that be to make a play down the field or to run for a few extra yards. So I can see that happening closer to the goal line, maybe within the 10. I think he gets in the paint at plus 325. Third parlay. We're going to do a very similar parlay that I hit last week. We're going to do Eagles money line, Patriots money line, Bills money line. All are favored by 7. That's plus 101. Basically even
Disgusting.
money. Plus 101. That's your biggest bet of the day. I'm probably going to rip that pretty hard, but that's just me. Fourth one. We're going to do Packers money line and Jacobs touchdown. Jacobs has been extremely efficient for this Packers team. We've talked about how I like them specifically. I think we all team ride on the Packers to cover the spread here at minus 3. So that's at plus 105. Fifth, we're going to do the Monday night special. We'll do Chiefs plus Kelsey touchdown plus 145. Just wanted a little action. And I feel like
Chiefs
Kelsey
money line or Chiefs spread?
Chiefs money line.
Okay.
Chiefs money line with Kelsey. I thought plus 145 was a pretty decent price. So I'm going with that for my Monday night special.
All right. Michael, we kick it to you. Down almost 2 units on the season. Go ahead.
Not too bad. Had my first positive week since week 1, I'm pretty sure, last week. So that was hype. Starting off with a banger. Thursday night football. Taking Chargers money line. Herb under 250. I do have the odds on all these. Under 257.5 passing yards. And a Carson Wentz interception, over half of an interception for Carson Wentz. And that is plus 800.
I actually like that a lot.
What? How is that plus 800?
Because I think the money here is Herb going under.
Under 250.
I think it's going to be a big run game, though.
Fair.
But we'll see. Also, the Vikings defense is very good still. Next one, Jets game. Jets Bengals. T. Higgins under 53.5 receiving yards. Going to be shadowed by Sauce clamps. And Bengals money line, that's plus 150.
They won't put him on Jamar.
No, he's a big man. He's a big man guarder, and then they'll double Jamar.
Okay.
Kid knows ball.
He clamped DK. He clamped who was it? I don't know. One of the other big receivers they played.
Jalen Waddle.
No. Anyways, he is not a big man. Pats, Bengals, 49ers in a money line parlay. That's 256. And then Sunday night football, we're going with both of these starting running backs, Warren and Jacobs, over 50 yards, and Packers money line. That's plus 250. And finally, I don't have odds on this one. Taking Kelsey, Pacheco, touchdowns, Monday night football.
Okay. We'll see if we have odds on that. We do. You took bandless Pacheco touchdown, but that is plus 525 for Kelsey and Pacheco to score.
525?
Yeah. Some big swings from Michael this week. All right.
Gotta get back in the game.
Yeah, you guys are lagging way behind, plus 23 units. So my focus 5 this week's a little bit fucked up. I will say that. Scrambled last minute. No excuses, though. I think there are some winners in here. So we're starting it out. Back to basics. Saquon, Derrick Henry, James Cook, all to score. Don't have the odds on it. We'll get it later. But running game, Saquon especially hasn't been in the end zone. Revenge game against the Giants. I think he scores easily. Derrick Henry, I mentioned before, I think they want to move the ball on the ground against the Bears. James Cook, I think they'll be all over the Panthers, so he'll get in the end zone. Wide receiver parlay for 1 p.m. Drake London didn't score last week. And then Roma Dunze has been a touchdown machine, but I don't think he scored in 2 weeks, so I think he gets back in the end zone. Here's the pick. Fuck it, question mark, parlay. Cowboys and Saints, money line, together. Plus 612, 2 dogs in the 4 p.m. slate. It's gross, but if it hits, we're going rich. 4 p.m. touchdown scores. I don't have any odds on touchdown. I will get those to myself. Michael Pittman to score for the Colts. Didn't score last week, and if you
Pretty sure he did.
No, he didn't. I'm hedging against. I don't know. I didn't check, but Michael Pittman scoring this week anyway. I did check. Now you're making me second guess myself. Anyways, another wide receiver who didn't score last week, George Pickens. CD came back into the fold, and they scored 44 points, and George Pickens didn't score. He's going to cause a dramatic outburst on the sideline. I think he gets in the end zone. Don't have odds on those parlays. Monday night, my Commanders, they're going to cover. And who's going to help them? The guy who fucked over my parlay last week, Bill. Bill right now is plus 245 to get a touchdown. That's crazy. The Commanders are going to score. Yeah, they're going to score. So I don't know. I think Bill plus 245. We're taking that straight up. I think it's a good bet right now. All right. There's Focus 5.
All right.
Someone filibuster while I check if Michael Pittman scored.
That was terrible.
I actually did like the Bill anytime.
Fuck, Pittman did score. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome.
I thought you did your research, Deb.
Yeah.
I didn't do it on that one. Yeah, Bill, that's probably the best pick, but the rest of them,
yeah,
just outside the money line parlay. Yeah, whatever. As always, NCAA Week 9 time. Here we go. First
Finally, I
ranked.
can watch basketball. God damn.
You've been doing it the whole time. He goes, yeah. You were in the bathroom, Cam. He goes, yeah. I'm gonna be riding with you guys to take the Chiefs after I give my whole explanation of why I'm taking the Commanders. Anyways, we have a ranked matchup: number 8 versus number 13. Ole Miss in Oklahoma. This one doesn't have the spreads on it. We'll have to see. ESPN's screwing me all types of ways today.
I'm thinking right off the bat, not necessarily spread wise. I think
Ole Miss
Mateer's.
coming off a loss last week.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is a get right spot for Ole Miss. I don't know the health of Mateer, but either way, I'd still lean Ole Miss. I think Mateer's still not 100% if he even does play. So I think it's a get right spot for Ole Miss, even though it might be on the road. Taking
5.5.
Lane Kiffin, my Ole Miss favorite.
No, OU's favored by 5.5.
Really? Yeah, I love Ole Miss plus the points.
Yeah, I think I would take Ole Miss plus the points too. I think Oklahoma to win. Ole Miss plus 5.5.
Yeah, fair.
In like a low scoring game. Next one is Mizzou heads to Vandy. So you faded Vandy last week with LSU coming into town. Same spread. Does your opinion change with Bo Prabula and Mizzou heading into Vanderbilt?
No, I did not realize how that LSU team is either banged up or just not good. I mean, I was watching the majority of that game out and they just did not look great. I think Mizzou, I've actually watched a pretty decent amount of Mizzou games, and I feel like they're a much more complete offensive team than LSU has been this year. So I think the luck on Vandy runs out. I think this is Mizzou time, even though nobody's talking about them. I think that's a perfect spot for them to take over Vandy, even though they'll be on the road. Not sure what you have for a spread there, but
2.5.
for Vandy.
Vandy at home again, yeah, 2.5 points.
Yeah,
favorites.
I would honestly take Mizzou straight up money line, but I'll take the plus the points there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm a big Bo Prabula fan, so I'd be with Mizzou as well. And I don't trust Vandy. I just didn't trust LSU at all.
Yeah.
Like, I think their key win is Clemson, who's dog shit.
Yeah.
So last one we have is LSU at home this time. Texas A&M, the number 3 team in the country heading into LSU, is -2.5 on the road in LSU. So what do you think?
I think that's incredibly short. I know it kind of reeks of a get right spot for LSU, but we've talked about their inconsistencies on the offensive side of the ball. A&M, number 3 team in the country. I think they continue to keep it rolling. If they want to be an SEC leader, they're going to have to win this game, and obviously the majority of the games moving forward. But this is definitely a game you can't drop if you're the number 3 team in the country. So give me A&M minus the points.
Yeah, I'm with you, A&M. LSU, I'm fading automatically. So
yeah, exactly.
That's it. Only 3 ranked matchups this week. Anything else that caught your eye that you want to touch on?
No, nothing much. I wasn't able to take
it. Yeah,
I wasn't able to take a deeper dive on the NCAA slate, but yeah, I mean, not the best slate, both NCAA and NFL, but I'm sure we'll make it work. Good luck to both of the boys. I know Mikey's kind of diving into the NBA, so we also got the World Series coming up this weekend, so definitely a lot of sports.
Don't care about that at all.
NHL too. So
I'm almost done with NHL.
All right. Well,
baseball, the Dodgers win every year, and if the Panthers win again for hockey, like, what are we watching for? There's no point because we're watching the playoffs, and it's just if you're telling me all the story I'm watching is just for the Panthers to win again, fuck that. I'm not watching that. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I was just saying there's an opportunity to make money every
College
night.
Basketball in 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, fair. We're almost there.
And then we'll have NFL, NCAA football, NCAA basketball, the 3 best sports.
All right.
Closing thoughts, Michael. How are the Knicks doing?
My phone's in the way of the scoreboard, but they're looking good.
Okay.
Don't know what the score is.
Who are they playing?
Cavs. Everyone's out though. No Mitch. No.
Towns is a late scratch.
No, he's playing.
Oh, he's playing. Okay.
He was questionable and then doubtful and then back to questionable and now he's playing.
Nice.
Interesting.
But no Garland and no Jared Allen, I don't think.
What a fun game to watch.
Opening night, NBA. Woohoo. No, we never yuck people's yums. I just shit on a lot of sports. Enjoy what you enjoy, people. It's your world.
Yeah,
we're only here for a
you
couple
say
of
I don't
hours.
yak on anybody's yums?
Don't yuck anyone's yum.
Oh my God. End the podcast on that.
Yeah, we're ending it.
Yeah.
Good night. See you next Wednesday, hopefully. Go Celtics.
Next
Go see